of the 2017 high school football season. Week 0 last week produced some surprises, some upsets, and some games that went exactly like you thought they would go. What will week 1 hold? We're going to find out here in just a little while. Tonight features a matchup between 5A and 4A. The 5A, of course, the Cleburne County Tigers from up in Heflin, and of course the Leeds Green Wave. They need no introduction. As I look over my left shoulder to the scoreboard here at Homer Smile Stadium, you can see state champions in 2008, 2010, 2014, and 2015. It's a program that's been solid for a long time and looking to continue that tradition this season. Hello, everyone. I'm Grady Sapp. Alongside is Brandon Steele as we get set for our second week of the season. In technical terms for the AHSAA, it's week 1, as a lot of folks had the option to play jamboree games last week. And these two teams come in having done the opposite thing. Cleburne County last week played a jamboree game against the Sax Wildcats, another 4A team, while the Leeds Green Wave went up and took on the Lincoln Golden Bears in a 4A versus 5A matchup. The Leeds Green Wave able to come out with the victory last week, 38-27. But Brandon, in that game, Leeds trailed throughout a good portion of it. They were tied at halftime and then came back and finished strong in the second half.
Yes, that's what Coach Gibson was talking about earlier in the week, about how his team prevailed, kept their composure, and went back out there after halftime and was able to finish business.
I'm interested to see this Leeds team this year. We did the second round playoff game that they faced Andalusia here on this field last fall, and I have not seen a Leeds team get handled like that in a very long time. Andalusia came in and absolutely demolished them in the second round. Some of the hardest hits and some of the best speed I've seen out of that Andalusia team, who, oh, by the way, didn't make it to Birmingham or to Auburn because they were knocked off by the eventual state champion, the Hanley Tigers. But that Leeds team really got it handed to them, and that's not something we're used to seeing here at Homer Smile Stadium.
No, when you see Leeds and Cleburne County, they're out the well-beaten path unless you're going to Atlanta and Birmingham. But when you see these two teams on your schedule, you get that little lump in your throat, because every coach, every fan knows either one of these two teams can hand you a loss or end a winning season. Or you can forget about the playoff berth. But Leeds, has an overall record with 519 wins since 1921. And with 15 region championships and 4 state titles. Cleburne County, has 430 wins, and they've been playing since 1924, and they got 9 region championships. But hold on to that state championship. I think Heflin, they're hungry. They want to get one.
Yeah, for the Tigers, last year was, to say the least, a disappointment. They moved up to Class 5A, and they play in a really tough region. They play in there with the state champs, the Beauregard Hornets. They also have Central Clay County in that region. You also have an improving Sylacauga and Lincoln Golden Bear team in that region. So it's a tough sled for this Cleburne County Tiger team, but I've known Coach Michael Short for a long time, and 2-8 is not the norm up in Heflin for this Cleburne County program, and I can't believe that they're going to stay down at that level. I think it's tough in that region stepping up and playing 5A, but I got to believe that they're going to step up and improve this season.
They're going to have to. They're going to have to step it up. They look hungry. Like I said, they're wanting to get that state championship, but I think they're one of the few teams that don't have a state championship, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and Coach Michael Short is one of the really good guys in high school football. Now, I had the pleasure of covering Cleburne County football for a number of years and have very fond memories of the program, and of course consider Coach Short a good personal friend, and he's a good guy, and he knows what he's doing. He has a good crop of athletes. They've got some youth, some inexperience, but they have the makings of a pretty good team here. This is going to be a really gut check time for them tonight, because you're playing against one of the best in the state in Class 4A.
Yes, talking to Leeds coach, it's all about speed. He's got a lot of hands players, good with their hands and out in the open field. Heflin comes in, they got a strong offensive and defensive line, so it's going to be, the playmakers against speed against strength tonight. One
thing that I understand now, this Cleburne County team played the jamboree game against Sax last week. They lost 13-7. They're very good defensively, but they have not shown the ability to put many points on the board. Now, for Cleburne County, you've got Brock Swafford coming back. This will be his third year as a starter at the quarterback position. You expect to see that offense start to click with that kind of leadership at quarterback. On the defensive side of things, the key for Cleburne County, I think, is you got to keep everything contained inside. My understanding from talking with some of the folks is if somebody gets the corner on this Tiger defense, they could be gone.
Yes, I think Cleburne County thinks they're going to control the line of scrimmage and open up that run game.
Well, they're certainly going to need to do that, and I think they're going to need to keep possession of the football and put together some long drives tonight to have a chance in this one. Looking forward to it. One of the great venues in high school football. We're just a little over 20 minutes away from teeing it up and kicking it off tonight and getting week 1 of the 2017 high school football season underway. We'll grab a timeout. We're back with more of our pregame show coming up here on the Friday Night Network.
Hi, everybody. Eli Gold here, and we are celebrating at Town & Country Ford. The numbers are in, and Ford is again America's best-selling brand and the #1 selling vehicle for 40 years, the Ford F-150, and we've got a ton of them from which you can choose. The highest owner loyalty of any brand is what makes Ford happen, and Town & Country Ford's people are what make the dealership happen. People and selection. You can't beat it. Town & Country Ford, Bessemer and Pell City.
Step into the offices of J. Britt Middlebrook, CPA, where you'll find professional one-on-one service for business and individual clients. In this ever-changing tax and economic climate, you can count on receiving the expert advice you need. J. Britt Middlebrook works hard to provide every client what they need to meet all deadlines. Tax season will be here soon. For all your accounting service needs, call or stop by at 1913 Berry Street in Oxford. That's J. Britt Middlebrook, CPA. See the full line today at Talladega Cycle Sales on Highway 21 in Talladega or online at TalladegaCycleSales.com. Advantage Tire on Highway 202 is the trusted name for tires and wheels in the Anniston area. You'll find the best tire service around. Plus, they do brake work and alignments. It doesn't matter what you're driving, you'll find the best selection of tires or wheels to suit your needs at even better prices from local folks you've trusted for years. And Advantage Tire is well known for their fast, friendly service. Call ahead or just come on by and see Bruce and the pros at Advantage Tire on Highway 202 today.
Welcome you back here to Homer Smile Stadium in Leeds, where tonight the Green Wave will play host to the Cleburne County Tigers in a 4A versus 5A matchup. All right, Grady, Sam, Brandon still here with you. And last week we talked about some upsets and some surprises around the state. Let's take a look at the top 10 from each classification. Of course, #1 in Class 7A now is Central Phoenix City, as they got a win last week, improved to 1-0 on the season. Hoover, last week's #1 team, slips down to second, but don't worry, they will be around all year in Class 7A, no doubt about that. Hewitt-Trussville also dropping. Of course, one team you don't see up there, or rather, Hewitt-Trussville is looking strong. You got Spain Park, Auburn. One team you don't see in there is Opelika. That's a team we've grown accustomed to seeing at that level.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not in the top 10.
Might have had a tough start last week. Class 6A for the state as of week #1. #1 Ramsey holds down the top spot this week. How about the Oxford Yellow Jackets last week? Hillcrest Tuscaloosa went in ranked #2. They came out without a first down and a loss at Oxford last week. What an impressive win for the Yellow Jackets.
And we talked about that last week. We knew they'd move up into the ranks, and they did.
They've got a big one tonight as they will take on Gadsden City in what has become a pretty nice little rivalry game. So it'll be interesting to see how that one turns out for the Oxford Yellow Jackets. But we know they can play defense based off last week. Taking a look at Class 5A for this week 1, or really the second week of high school football. Got some familiar names there. The Beauregard Hornets, they won it all last year. They will open their season tonight. They are #1 as they were last week. And also taking a look down the road, Alexandria, a team that struggled last year. They put together a little bit of a winning streak toward the end, had some internal problems. They're a team that a lot of folks are high on this year. And of course, Central Clay County, they got the win last week over Munford. They took it to the quarterfinals last year in Class 5A. That's another team to be reckoned with. And oh, by the way, Beauregard and Central Clay County in the same region with Cleburne County.
Oh, goodness. Alexandria, the team to watch. They got a load of seniors, and they're really good talent.
Taking a look at Class 4A in the state here. Of course, Handley, the defending state champs, they will tee it up for the first time tonight. Now, the Tigers lost a lot off of that state championship team last year. They're small, but they are lightning fast and young. It will be interesting to see how that group of Tigers matures. You see some of the usual suspects, including the team we're going to see tonight, the Leeds Green Wave. They are sitting at number 4 on the season. Hoax Bluff, who had a great run to end the year last year, also in the top 10. And, of course, Tallahassee, another of the region teams that Leeds will have to deal with, along with the Hanley Tigers, is up there in the top 10 as well. Dropping down to Class 3A, this is where some of the surprises took place last week. Your defending state champ and last week's number 1, the Piedmont Bulldogs, took it on the chin last week to Rockmont, Georgia. That moves Mobile Christian up into the top spot. But don't sell the Bulldogs short just yet. They took a licking, but they'll be around here in region play. Ohatchee struggled last week there. The team sitting at number 3. And you kind of wonder if that ranking may be a bit inflated based off of last year. They lost a lot off of that team. We'll see pretty early on. Next week they take on Randolph County.
I feel like Weaver's the surprise team in there. I think you're going to see them inch their way up into the higher spots as the weeks go by.
Had a good season last year. That whole region, and once again, going to be very, very tough in Class 3A. All right, dropping down, taking a look at Class 2A for the state. And there you got the defending champs, Fife, are leading the way once again. They'll tee it up for the first time tonight. Of course, you see some of the usual suspects. Lynette has been very good in Class 2A for a long time. Tanner is a team that you regularly see there along with Leroy. It's one of my favorite stories. I went down to do a ball game down in Leroy years ago, and I was calling them Leroy because I didn't think they were Leroy, and I got down there and got told quick that it was Leroy. Leroy, that's the name, and they're a good program. Class 1A, of course, Fife, Class 2A, 5 Class 1A now. You look down the list there. Maplesville, what a program. They've won so many state titles, and they're going to be a team to be reckoned with again. We'll get them underway tonight. Sweetwater, that's a legendary program in Class 1A. Cedar Bluff, Spring Garden, 2 teams from up in this neck of the woods that have had good runs over the last several years. They were both very good last year and start the season at least ranked up in the top 10 this season.
I think Spring Garden is going to be your surprise team in that region. They're going to move their way up too.
Well, that is your top 10s for the class here in the state of Alabama as we edge ever closer to kickoff to tonight's matchup. The Leeds Green Wave hosting the Cleburne County Tigers. We'll grab a timeout. When we return, the big ones as we look ahead to some of the best games here in week number 1 of 2017. That's coming up as the pregame show continues next on the Friday Night Network.
Advantage Tire on Highway 202 is the trusted name for tires and wheels in the Anniston area. You'll find the best tire service around. Plus, they do brake work and alignments. It doesn't matter what you're driving, you'll find the best selection of tires or wheels to suit your needs at even better prices from local folks you've trusted for years. And Advantage Tire is well known for their fast, friendly service. Call ahead or just come on by and see Bruce and the pros at Advantage Tire on Highway 202 today.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we're proud to be a part of the excitement of high school football games by providing emergency on-site services for local high school games.
Anniston EMS provides this area with skilled, innovative, and dependable emergency care. As the area's only public safety company, Anniston EMS features dedicated employees who provide patients the highest quality pre-hospital care available. When you see Anniston EMS, you're seeing the best care possible.
Play hard and be safe from all of us at Anniston EMS.
When you're the boss, you need the right machines. The right machine is a new Kawasaki Mule Pro FXR side-by-side. Quality fit and finish, and all this cabin space. Maneuvers like you wouldn't believe. The new Kawasaki Mule Pro FXR, the strongest, 'cause I said so.
See the full line today at Talladega Cycle Sales on Highway 21 in Talladega or online at TalladagaCycleSales.com. Big Daddy's Barbecue on Highway 21 is where Munford comes to eat. You'll always find delicious home cooking daily with fast, friendly service. Big Daddy's offers plates or sandwiches with all your favorite sides to choose from, specializing in wings, burgers, chicken, ribs, and barbecue. Open early, open late, 6 days a week. Come in with family or friends or call ahead and take it home. 256-358-9005. Big Daddy's Barbecue, proud supporters of the Munford Lions.
When you're the boss, you need the right machines. The right machine is a new Kawasaki Mule Pro FXR side-by-side. Quality fit and finish, and all this cabin space. Maneuvers like you wouldn't believe. The new Kawasaki Mule Pro FXR, the strongest, because I said so.
See the full line today at Talladega Cycle Sales on Highway 21 in Talladega or online at TalladagaCycleSales.com.
We welcome you back now to Homer Smiles Stadium here in Leeds for our game of the week. As you see there, Cleburne County here in town tonight visiting the Leeds Green Wave. I'm Grady Sapp. Brandon Steele over to my right, getting you set for all of the action coming up here from Leeds in just a few minutes. There are a lot of other big games that are going to be taking place here this week, and we want to take a look and highlight some of them, and we're going to bring in from down in the trailer our very own producer Jim Jacobs will join us now to talk about it. And that's a good old-fashioned slugfest getting ready to take place up in Cherokee County, as it's a couple of programs that know each other well and don't necessarily like each other all that much, Jim.
No, absolutely not, Grady, and both of them are licking wounds from what happened last Friday night with a little old trip over into Georgia. So both teams need to get on track tonight with a win, and I'm not sure who the favorite is in this one. I guess you give it to Piedmont because it's the home field, but you got both teams. Of course, Piedmont, two-time 3A champs. Cherokee County went all the way to the semifinals last year, or quarterfinals, I guess it was. And, to me, this is a flip a coin game almost. I think Piedmont's still looking for some identity post Taylor Hayes, and, they're going to have to find it in a hurry.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, and I think, Brandon, it is a flip a coin game, and I think it's a pretty important game for both of these programs. It doesn't affect region play at all tonight, but I think both of them are probably a little stunned getting beat the way they got beat last week, and I think both of them are in need of a little bit of momentum.
Tonight would be the night to get it. Piedmont, there's a lot of pride in Piedmont. So Cherokee County, like you said, I don't think them two teams really care for each other all that much.
Yeah,
they usually are the ones that open up with each other, if I'm not mistaken, in the past. So they both really hungry. I bet that is going to be a very good matchup tonight.
And they both really need a win. It'll be interesting to see who comes out. I kind of like Piedmont in that one as well.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too. I think they just got too much talent.
Yeah,
we all agree the Piedmont Bulldogs get it back on the winning track. Let's take another look at another one of our big ones coming up tonight. About the Jacksonville Golden Eagles and the Alexandria Valley Cubs. Now, Brandon, Alexandria, one of your favorites up in Class 5A. They're needing a nice turnaround this season, and Jacksonville, they lost a close one last week toward the end of the ball game. So this is another two teams that, they're not all that friendly.
No, that's going to be a big rivalry tonight out there down in the valley. So I'm going to have to say Alexandria's probably going to pull that one out. I think they just got too much talent for the Golden Eagles. And
Jim, Alexandria had a pretty easy time of it taking on Talladega last week, while Jacksonville had the tougher matchup taking on Trinity down in Montgomery, and they came out on the short end of the stick, but they come in maybe a little more battle tested, at least to this point, than Alexandria.
Yeah, Alexandria, Grady, basically had a sweat practice last Friday night. That was about it when Talladega came in, bless their hearts. But you're right. You're talking about two teams that just don't like one another. This game really doesn't mean anything other than it means everything when these two play. So I'm looking for a good game tonight, and I think the Valley Cubs will probably get them and take care of business there at Death Valley. But this is a game, especially at Alexandria, that Clint Smith's kids have found a way to win the past few times. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, but I still like the Valley Cubs.
Yeah, I think playing at home, I would have to favor Alexandria in that one, even though Clint Smith's Jacksonville teams are traditionally some of the best coached ones that you're going to find anywhere around. I would have to give the nod to Alexandria as well. Gadsden City is at Oxford tonight. Oxford, of course, picked up a big win last Friday night, as we said, not allowing a first down against the second-ranked team in Class 6A, while the Titans went on the road and lost at Spain Park. So both teams have been tested to this point, but I think in that one, Jim, I like the Oxford Yellow Jackets, as they really look strong.
Boy, I tell you, Grady, they have done nothing but impress ever since the spring, really. And, you kind of wonder the way the season ended last year, if that wasn't the motivation that Oxford needed in the offseason to take that next step, because right now they look really solid. And I don't think we're gonna see anything out of them other than close to perfection. Benjamin Russell's coming up, but other than that, I don't see anybody that's going to slow them down.
Let's pause just a moment for our national anthem. All right, the Leeds Green Wave Marching Band bringing you the national anthem here from Homer Smile Stadium tonight. We continue our look at the big ones. I like Oxford in that matchup that we were just talking about, Brandon, for a lot of the obvious reasons. They played awfully well last week against a very good football team. I think Gadsden City has their work cut out for them tonight.
I do. I think it's going to be close, but I am going to go the road less traveled and go with the Gadsden City on that one.
Why?
Spain Park, that is a tough team, and I felt like they played a very good game there. I think it was just a little bit tougher of a competition. I think they're going to be ready for the Yellow Jackets. I think they're going to squeak out a win.
So we got one upset here, so to speak. That's taking Gadsden City. So 2 for Oxford, 1 for Gadsden City. Let's take a look.
That's a long walk home, Grady.
That's a what?
That's a long walk home.
Yeah, I'm telling you it is. But I'm riding with him.
That boy is brave.
I'm riding with him, though, Jim, so I guess he can pick who he wants.
I hear you. Well, here's another one that should be rather interesting tonight. And this game, the last 2 years, has gone down to either the final seconds of regulation or the final seconds of overtime. We did this game 2 years ago at the Hill as the season opener on FNN, and Saxon-Welborn has turned into a pretty nice little rivalry, and Jeff Smith really has Jonathan Miller's number, Grady.
Yeah, he has had to this point, Jim. And, you know, Welborn is always a real hard-nosed, scrappy football team under Coach Jeff Smith, and I expect them to be exactly that again this year. And if we have any evidence from last week, they went up and played at Jacksonville State up at Paul Snow Stadium, and they gave North Jackson a 4A program all they wanted before losing by a point. And, Brandon, I think this is a danger game for the Sacs Wildcats.
I don't. I think Sacs take care of them. Too many seniors. Sacs, I've watched their practices. I think they're ready for them. Last year, you know, barely losing. Sacs comes out on top.
Sacs wins it tonight. I'm going to go along with that, Jim. I like the Sacs Wildcats in this one tonight. I think Coach Miller finds a way to get it done tonight.
Yeah, I do too, Grady. I like Sacs in this ball game, but I got to tell you, don't be surprised if Welborn makes it a lot closer than most people think it ought to be. Moving right along, Talladega County Central at Talladega. You know, this is a game, another one of those rivalry games where you got the big school versus the little school. Unfortunately for the big school, the football fortunes have been, well, about, what, $3 short and a dime left. But Talladega County Central still has not found a way to beat them, Grady.
Yeah, this one is one for Talladega. You would think that they would go and have no problem, but it's a program that's been so far down for so long that they really struggle against everybody. And, of course, they got it handed to them last week by Alexandria. Yeah, they're dropping down in classification, but TCC typically has a lot of very good athletes. And, you know, I think it's going to be a tough matchup for Talladega. I'm not really sure they can get it done. I kind of like TCC in this one.
Yeah, they are falling down in the classification, you know, a little bit lower there, but I like Talladega in this one. I think they just got a little bit too much depth for Talladega County Central.
Just because Talladega has won the last 2, I'm going to stick with the Tigers, and it'll be one of the few times they'll taste victory this season, Grady.
All right, so the Tigers take over the win. Anniston at Sylacauga. Interesting here. It was a great game last year, as you see there, Jim, and it's turned into a pretty darn good little rivalry. The Aggies won it last year in overtime, but now finally for Coach Eddie Bullock, he has got a healthy quarterback, and he's got a healthy team coming in this. And the Bulldogs struggled last week, but I really like the Bulldogs to be better this year. I don't know if they're good enough to beat Sylacauga tonight, but and the Aggies going for their home opener after a big win last week. But, you know, I think they're going to give them more of a game than a lot of people think.
Grady, Anniston rung the cash register on the scoreboard last week. What'd they do? 50? They hung 52?
Yeah.
Was that what it was?
I think it was.
52. They were as healthy as they were going to be all season against Sylacauga last year, and then, of course, the injury bug bit Eddie Bullock's bunch. I'm calling for the upset tonight. I think Anniston goes down into Legion Stadium on that fresh new green turf like we have here at Leeds, and I think they're going to get an upset tonight. I think the Aggies go down to the mighty Bulldogs.
I agree. I think Coach Bullock, I've watched Anniston practice. This is a serious bunch of Bulldogs. They're going to go on the road and pull the upset.
Well, I know they will be motivated, and I know they will be well coached, but I'm going to go with the homestanding Aggies tonight. I think they'll just have a little too much firepower. It should be a great game, though. And how about this one? Central Clay County is at Benjamin Russell, and there's so many connections in this one. The Volunteers, really a great game last week. They're a really close one over Munford. And, of course, they're going to be facing one of the good old boys from Clay County. Coach Danny Horn went to so much success at Clay County back in the day, and now he takes on his home county team but he's down at Benjamin Russell now. And, you know, last year it was a great one that Clay Central able to pull out an upset. And that was the first time, I think, Jim, for them to get over the hump and finally get a win against that bunch from down in Alex City.
Yeah, and Grady, it could possibly be the door opener for more of those to come. You know, there are kids in Clay County now that don't remember Danny Horn. That's how long ago this has been. I mean, for us, it seems like yesterday, but for, you know, was it 9 years now?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, 9 years he's been gone. So, you know, you got kids in high school now that don't even remember who he was. So the tradition of Clay County and Lineville will live forever with people like us and the Clay Bowl and things of that nature. But for these kids coming up, this is just football. Central Clay beat a good Munford team last week. They seem to have Munford's number, but Benjamin Russell will they'll be tough tonight in the opener at the Sportsplex. And this one to me is a flip it. I don't know if there's a favorite in this ball game.
Well, I'm going to be a pure homer. I'm taking the Volunteers to go down there and get win number 2 on the season. The Volunteers get it done. They win 2 in a row over Benjamin Russell.
I agree. Central Clay County just, I think it'll be close, but they'll pull out the win.
Well, let's get to what we came here for.
Absolutely. This one is a tough one tonight for Cleburne County, I think. You're facing one of the best teams in the state in Class 4A year in and year out, and you're coming off a 2-8 season. I think the Tigers going to have the hands full tonight.
Yeah, Grady, you know, nobody knows Michael Short better than you do. I can imagine that he's been tough to live with since last season. You know, a 2-8 year is just not Michael Short football. I mean, this guy's a big game coach. He does a lot with his talent. I kind of relate him to me, Coach Short is to football what Chris Randall is to basketball at White Plains. Coach Short gets more out of his kids than just about anybody I've seen that plays football, and we've seen him win a lot of games he shouldn't have won over the years. And, you know, for things just to turn on for them last year after, you know, jumping up into 5A, I mean, it just, you know, wasn't a good deal for them. And they were young, and they're still young. They've still got to find some momentum. And here you come up against a Leeds program that is just used to winning nothing but championships. And man, I'm telling you, it's going to be interesting to see how this one turns out tonight. It could be close, it could be ugly. We'll just have to see.
Well, I think it very much boils down to, can Cleburne County contain this Leeds offense? Can they keep them off the corners? If they can do that, they will have a shot in being this game. Coin toss just wrapping up at midfield. The Leeds Green Wave win it, and they have elected to receive something we don't see much of in high school football these days. The winning coin toss will receive the football, so we're just about ready to tee it up and kick it off here at Homer Smile Stadium. And we'll grab just a quick timeout, and we'll come back and get you ready for kickoff. That's next here on the Friday Night Network High School Game of the Week.
When you're the boss, you need the right machines. The right machine is a new Kawasaki Mule Pro FXR side-by-side. Quality fit and finish, and all this cabin space. Maneuvers like you wouldn't believe. The new Kawasaki Mule Pro FXR, the strongest, because I said so.
See the full line today at Talladega Cycle Sales on Highway 21 in Talladega or online at TalladagaCycleSales.com.
We are welcome back in here at Homer Smile Stadium, just about ready to go. Starting lineups coming up, and the starting lineups tonight are presented by Grub Mart. And of course, Grub Mart, home of the popcorn bucket. There's $5 refills all year for the popcorn bucket at the Grub Mart. All right, Brandon, let's take a look at the starters offensively for the Leeds Green Wave.
At quarterback for the Green Wave, number 12, Zach Roberts. At running back, number 34, Jacoby Hunter. Wide receiver, number 1, Torrance Pollard. Wide receiver, number 2, Jalen Washington. Wide receiver, number 3, Braxton Ragland. Wide receiver, number 8, Ethan Kennedy. Left tackle, number 51, Mr. Evans. Left guard, number 75, Gage Towery. At your center position, number 62, Nate Hines. Right guard, number 72, Tucker Hines. Right tackle, number 50, Damian Petaway.
All right, that's your offensive starters tonight for the Green Wave. We are ready to get this one underway, and Leeds will drop 3 deep backs back to receive this kick, including Torrance Pollard is back there. He is number 1. Number 2 back there is Jalen Washington. And number 3 is Braxton Ragland. The Tigers will tee it up and kick it deep here to start this one as Leeds won the toss and elected to receive the opener. And again, Brandon, that's kind of a lost art. We don't see that much in high school football anymore. It's always, for any football, it's defer your option to the second half.
That's right. When I talked to Coach Gibson earlier the week, he said, I said, give me one word to describe your Leeds team before we hang up. He said speed.
So they want to go on offense and see if they can get the corners. Joseph Stevens will kick it deep for the Tigers. He will hit a high, short, end-over-end kick. Fair catch called for. And it's going to be made right there about the 31-yard line. So the Green Wave will have good starting field position, and Cleburne County didn't take any chances on the return. That fair catch called for and made by Braxton Ragland for the Green Wave.
Smart move. I think that was a very smart move, just taking it to 30. And
Zach Roberts, he is number 12, will lead the troops out. And Zach coming in as a senior this year. I saw him take one of the hardest licks I've ever seen in high school football last year against Andalusia and knocked him out of the game. Roberts will operate out of the shotgun to start this one. Trips will be the set over to the short side of the field on the right side this time for the Cleburne County Tigers. Jacoby Hunter will be the running back right now for the Green Wave. And now we got a whistle, and something is amiss down here on the field. We don't have any kind of a penalty flag. We may have a problem with the clock. We did. Had some time that had ticked off the clock, and now they're getting that reset. And we're ready to play football here tonight in Leeds.
Everybody's anxious.
Motion this time, and the fake the end around, give it to Hunter. He's going to be met in the backfield and dropped back there for a loss. And knifing up there and making that stop was Michael Ross, and that's a good start for the Tiger D.
Very good start. The defensive line for Cleburne County just surrounded him, and he had nowhere to go.
So Zach Roberts will have second and long coming up now. Loss was a couple back to the 29-yard line. Make it second down and 12 now for the Green Wave. First drive of the football game just underway here from Homer Smile Stadium. Roberts will operate again out of the shotgun. Hunter is the lone setback. Now motion once again right to left for this Green Wave offense. And they're going to fake the give to Hunter. Roberts has time over the middle, got a man out there, led him a little too much. Streaking down the middle of the field that time. If he could have hit him, it might have been 6 for Ethan Kennedy.
Just a little bit overthrown him last year. Zach Roberts threw for 1,700 yards, so I expect him to put it together here very shortly. But in the time we're third and long.
And he had time that time, Brandon. Had plenty of time to step up in that pocket. It was a nice job by the offensive line. So 3rd and 12. Possession down right now for the Green Wave for Cleburne County. Boy, you'd love to start this one with a 3 and out and get your offense some decent field position in this football game. We'll see if they're able to hold strong here. Edwards out of the shotgun again. Now trips. They will change that up. Motion again now. Send it back. So 3 over on the left. Single wide out is down low on the right side. Fired in the flat. Little middle screen set up and not going to get there. Good job by the defense. Torrance Pollard makes the catch, but he is going to be stopped far short of his first down. Leading the charge there was Chris Higgins. Higgins is a linebacker coming up and making a good play there in the defensive backfield.
Yeah, the Green Wave just took a safe outlet and just put it in the hands of Pollard, and he was able just to pick up about 6 yards.
Yeah, did something quick, but a good first set for the Tiger defense. I'd say advantage Cleburne County on that one. Green Wave will have to kick it away. So taking it first did not pay off. Edwards will handle the punting duties for the Green Wave. Gets it out of there. That is a booming kick. Fair catch going to be called for. Backing up and falling down all the way back is Hayden Swafford. Brock Swafford that time had to really backpedal, Brandon, and that ended up being a pretty tough little catch.
I think the Harvey wind caught it.
Yes. We did mention it was breezy, didn't we?
It was breezy,
yeah.
But then we don't have any hair. So.
Yeah, we're aerodynamically set up here. We're not in any danger. But our paperwork, it's not so easy out here from our vantage point right up just outside of the press box here tonight. So we'll do the best that we can with the win. All right, Brock Swafford, senior, 3-year starter at quarterback, needs to step up for this team to be successful. He'll have Trevor Houston in the backfield alongside. Wideouts will be split to either side this time for the Tigers. First down and 10. Ball just across the 25 out of the 26-yard line. Late substitution on the field is Cade Smith for the Tigers. And they're running out of time. Going to have to get this one snapped quickly. And they do just in time. Houston's got a big hole. Breaks it out to about the 30-yard line. The hole closed in a hurry. is knifing up to make the stop that time. That is going to be Porter. Alante Porter makes the stop for the Green Wave.
Yeah, Trevor Houston, if they shoelace tackle there, he looked like he had a hole and it closed up quick.
Give him about 3 yards, just short of the Tiger 31. Actually going to mark it square on the 30, so call it a gain of 2. Second down and 8 now for the Tigers. As Swafford will operate out of that shotgun set another time here for Cleburne County. Takes it and hand it off on a quick end around. That's Brown. Finds a hole. Brown across the 40 and now finally knocked down out at about the 44-yard line. And a nice run that time for A.J. Brown for the Cleburne County Tigers.
He was juking and jiving, and he made a good first down on that. A big hole opened up, and just no answer for the Green Wave.
Holbrooks on the stop that time for Leeds. Had to make a tackle from his safety position. Cleburne County finding some success early on here with the running game. And you know, Coach Short likes that. He likes to run the football. Swafford will have wideouts doubled over to his right this time. Single wideout is to the left side of the field. 1st and 10 Tigers. Swafford give it to Houston. Houston running right, looking for a hole. Hit. It was around the corner and going to be held right at the line of scrimmage. That was good defense that time by the Leeds Green Wave. That was Torrance Pollard who comes up and makes the quick stop out in the open field.
Yeah, that speed just caught up with him. It's going to be really hard to get him on the outside.
It looks like, Brandon, maybe a little misdirection kind of back into the middle of the field might be the effective way for the Tigers.
More than likely. They're going to have to get behind the beef.
And you got a good bit of it in there with the guards and the center position for those Tigers.
There's a lot of it.
2nd and 10, that play, well, give them a yard. 2nd down and 9, we'll call it. Ball just across the 45-yard line for the Tigers. And here is the give again. Houston cuts it right up the middle. He's tripped up right as he goes through the line. One of the interior linemen gets a big paw out there and knocks him down.
Looks like he might be injured out there. One of the linemen.
Yeah. That's going to be number 53, who is the injured player, Samuel Day. Sam Day is the injured Tiger, and he is going to be attended to down on the field right now. So the Tigers not wanting to see that happen with that offensive front. That's one of the strengths of this team.
It's a big strength of that team. That's one thing that was concerning to Coach Gibson with the Leeds Green Wave was the size of the Heflin Tiger or the Cleburne County line.
So there will continue to attend to Samuel Day down on the field out at about the 49-yard line. So let's go ahead and grab a quick timeout. We're back with more of our Friday Night Network High School Game of the Week coming up.
What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
By a couple of the trainers. So he'll head over to the Tiger bench, and we'll try to get an update on his condition here in just a bit. Stephanie Beaudry is down on the field patrolling the sidelines for us tonight, and we'll have a chance to check in with Stephanie in just a bit. Right now, it's a possession down for the Tigers, 3rd down, and we'll call it 7 yards to go. Nice little first down pickup on the first series of this drive. Tigers need to try to play some ball control and pick up the first down if they can. Here is the drop back by Swafford. Pressure, he's going down.
Oh,
the Green Wave just swarmed in there. There were a number of them there. You'll give the credit for the tackle to Alante Porter, but there were a lot of guys that could have made that stop, Brandon.
Oh gosh, there was 3 Green Wave guys. Alante Porter, he was right there in on it. That is not how you want to start this first drive off. Now you're looking at 4th and very long.
So the Tigers able to pick up 1 first down, but they've got to give it back now to the Green Wave, and Leeds figures to have decent field position here.
They're going to have a passing game, I think, to have success tonight. They just can't run it every play.
A.J. Brown will kick it away for the Tigers, and back deep is Jalen Washington for the Green Wave to receive the kick from the Tigers. We played just about 5 minutes here in this opening quarter, and neither team established anything major yet, and that punt gets a nice Tiger roll, and it's going to put Leeds back down to just about where they started the first drive of the night. And it'll be their second look at it here offensively. So, first 2 drives, your impressions for both teams?
Well, with the Leeds, I think they was just kind of getting settled in. You know, the quarterback was just trying to get settled in. So I think Heflin or Cleburne County, you know, just kind of kicking back and forth here. They're going to have to, both teams are going to settle in. They're going to have to establish their passing game. You just can't just rely on the run. So we're going to see some passes being completed on 3rd and longs.
I have a feeling that the Green Wave are going to be the team that's a little better at that passing game. And the Tigers are really going to have to buckle down defensively and make sure they keep everything in front of them with this Green Wave team. There's a lot of speed. Zach Roberts will operate out of that shotgun set. Back in the backfield alongside Jacoby Hunter. Will flank him over to the right side, and they will spread that field out as they do. They run that one back set, and they like to spread the formation, try to find a crease up in there or get the corner. And now we're going to have a timeout by the Green Wave as they were not going to be able to get the playoff. 6:56 to go, opening quarter. No score in this one. It is the Friday Night Network High School Game of the Week.
Professional Apothecary has been the Talladega area's trusted hometown pharmacy for generations. We can meet all your prescription and insurance needs. Plus, you'll find all the basic over-the-counter medications. There's a full line of support hose, and don't forget to check out our Dollar Saver shelf. When it comes to medical supplies, Professional Apothecary has you covered. You'll find everything from mobility needs to home and portable oxygen, CPAP equipment and supplies, easy lift chairs, and a full line of Dr. Comfort shoes.
Thank you for shopping at Professional Apothecary.
Just off the square in Talladega.
Green Wave burned their first time out of the night. Now ready to go offensively. Their second look at it. Grady Sapp, Brandon Steele with you here in the booth tonight. Here is Roberts going to fire it out in the flat, tipped away and almost intercepted. That ball was a little bit of a dangerous pass as it went past the receiver, and Xavier Brown almost had a look maybe for a pick six there.
Yeah, it was just open field. He was just a pitch and catch to the outside, and almost would have been 6 points for the Cleburne County Tigers.
Roberts looks a little bit off early on in this one as that ball was well behind his intended receiver out there in the flat. If he'd have let him a little bit, I think it's a completable pass.
Yeah, he's going to settle down a little bit. You know, he threw for over 1,700 yards last year, so I expect he'll settle down here in just a few.
2nd and 10 now for the Green Wave. They've been looking at 2nd and 3rd and long so far tonight, and now we have the Tigers coming across the line of scrimmage. If they weren't drawn, that'll be an easy way to pick up a quick 5 for the Green Wave. And we'll see if we had movement, and we did not, so the Tigers will incur the first penalty of the game, and it'll be 2nd down and 5. And, well, that's a mistake, Brandon. It makes it a much more manageable down now for the Green Wave.
It does, especially with both teams seem a little edgy right now, so this might help them settle down a little bit, give them a little confidence.
It'll be Roberts with Hunter in the backfield. 2nd down and now and 5 from out at the 38-yard line. And look for a little bubble screen perhaps out of this formation. Now they'll put motion once again. Now they'll get it set. And Roberts wants to roll to his left. Going to look, fire it down the middle of the field. Strong pass, a little too far out in front of his intended receiver. Once again, had him out there. That's Jalen Washington, but just not able to make the completion.
Yeah, at the start of that play, they looked a little confused. You know, the quarterback had to draw him back in, and then quick snap, and he just overthrew him again.
Saw this team get off to a slow start last Friday night against Lincoln before rallying in the second half to take control of that ball game. It looks like a similar MO tonight.
It does, and that's what Coach Gibson said. It might be just the demeanor of this team. They just have to settle in. They might be a second half team.
So it'll be 3rd down and 5. Another possession down for the Green Wave as we are approaching the midway point of this first quarter. Roberts will operate out of that shotgun another time. Here is motion out of Washington. Going to hand it to him on the end around. Washington looking to get the corner. Boom, he's not going to get it. Sticking the helmet in there and laying the wood to him were the Tiger defenders that time. And coming up was Trevor Houston to make that big hit.
That was a very good hit by Trevor Houston. I don't think they gained an inch on that play. He made him right at the line of scrimmage and buried him.
And now Trevor will drop back to receive the kick from Roberts. And so far, you got to be impressed with the defense on for the Tigers. They've done a nice job of keeping everything in between the tackles.
I'm a little surprised. I mean, they're not loading the box. The Green Wave spreading them out, and they're still, not letting them get a yard.
Here is the punt. Roberts had a good one the first time. This time, a high spinning kick that is going to hit down inside the 35 and take a big Leeds Green Wave roll. And the Tigers are going to find themselves backed all the way up inside their own 15, down around the 13-yard line. We had an injury on the field a couple of minutes ago to Samuel Day for the Cleburne County Tigers. Let's go down to the field for the first time tonight, and Stephanie Baldry has a report for us. Stephanie?
His right knee. The trainers on the other side said they did not think it was going to be anything serious. He's just going to take it easy for a little while. Hopefully he will be back in the game.
Barbecue became running event. Rusty's Barbecue is a proud sponsor of the Green Wave community.
So we welcome you back here as we've got a timeout on the field, and we'll take it as well. 5:51 to go, quarter heat timeout. It is Cleburne County and Leeds here on the Friday Night Network Game of the Week.
Custom Pizza on Highway 77 is where the Talladega area comes for one-of-a-kind homemade pizza. Made fresh to order, including the dough. Get yours with the toppings you want or choose from one of our many specialty pizzas. And just because it's fresh and homemade doesn't mean it has to cost more. Daily specials include a one-topping pizza you can pick up for just $8.75. Dine in, curbside, carry-out, or delivery. For the best pizza in Talladega, it's Custom Pizza. They also have calzones, hoagies, muffalettas, pasta, wings, even desserts. Call 256-362-3339 and place your order now.
Timeout completed. Cleburne County ready to go with their second offensive look of the football game. Brock Swafford again will be the signal caller. He'll stand out of a shotgun set this time. Houston will be the feature back. Also A.J. Brown in the backfield this time, flanking him as well. Wideouts will be split to either side. Here is Swafford. Takes it, hand it to Brown on the little counter play, and he's going to cut it right back up the middle. Gets a couple. That's going to be about it. It'll bring up second down. We'll call it 8 as, again, sure-handed tackling by this Leeds Green Wave defense.
That's just a great tackle. Made him right there at the line of scrimmage. It was kind of a shoelace tackle, but nonetheless got him down the ground.
Braxton Ragland doing the honors that time for Leeds, and the Green Wave have done a nice job in the open field on the speedy Cleburne County Tiger backs thus far in the football game. That was a minimal gain of, call it 1, or maybe give him 2, call it second down now. And about 8.5 or so to go for the Tigers. Motion once again out of Brown. He's going to get it on the end around this time. Breaks it outside for a little bit of running room before he is stood up and driven down out around the 20-yard line. That was Xavier Brown on the carry that time. He was brought down by Devontae Green that time for the Green Wave.
Yeah, he tried to make it to the outside and looked like he done a pretty good job, picked up some positive yardage. So now we're looking at a third down and short. Very doable.
Yeah, that was a nice gain on second down. The Tigers have done a pretty nice job thus far on getting control of this line of scrimmage. They've done a nice job with the little counter plays. Haven't been able to do much wide to this point, but they have had some success in the middle of that field running off the corners. Here's a pistol look this time for Trevor Houston. Make that Swafford. I thought it was 7, but it's Swafford. Now we're going to get a penalty flag dropped in the backfield, and we've got a motion penalty coming up against the Tigers, and that will be penalty number 2 on the night for Cleburne County. Leeds has not committed a penalty yet, but that one's going to hurt. That puts you into 3rd and long, and I don't think this offense is set up for that.
No, that's going to make that coach really ill. Now you had some 3rd and short. Now you're looking at 3rd and about, 7 yards?
Yeah, they're going to line it up and call it 3rd and about 7 or so to go in this one. They're going to have it out about the 23. Call it 3rd and 6 for the Tigers. Let's see what Swafford and company can do. He's got Brown alongside in the backfield this time. They'll have wideouts doubled over to his left for the Tigers. Fake the give, and he's got pressure coming right up the middle. Swafford avoids it, fires it down the middle, got a man over his head, and almost intercepted as that pass way too tall for the intended receiver. Porter was there for the Leeds Green Wave and almost got the INT.
Swafford was showing that athleticism and broke a tackle, had an open lane, and just kind of threw the pass a little bit too high for him to catch it.
So far, both quarterbacks look like they're kind of, I don't know, a little juiced up maybe.
I think so. They have not settled down yet.
So it'll be Brown. A.J. Brown will kick it deep once again for the Tigers. Didn't hit a great punt the first time, but got a great roll. And back leads up. But the field position starting to switch just a little bit. Cleburne County, that penalty really hurt that drive. And now he'll have to stand back inside his own 10-yard line, about the 6. Gets it out of there. A little pressure. This one's high, end over end, fairly short. It's going to take a big bounce once again. And it is going to roll dead inside the 45 at the 43.5-yard line. So good starting field position for the Green Wave. Now the question is, can they do something with it?
I don't know. Both quarterbacks, like you just said, they're just a little edgy, overthrowing the receivers. Cleburne County, the run is starting to work. They actually hit it to the outside a while ago and got some positive yardage. Penalties are going to kill you in this. I really think they would have probably picked up the first down had it not been for that. So the Green Wave, they can't get anything rolling right now with the run, and we're still overthrowing their passes. So we'll see what happens on this drive.
Zach Roberts will have it first down and 10. This time out at the Green Wave 43-yard line. Call it. He'll have two backs flanked in alongside him this time, as they'll go to a 3-wide set. Now motion off of the corner once again. The give, though, is going to be out of the backfield and running right off of left guard. Porter, I believe, is the ball carrier. And he's going to be across the 45. Having out near the 47-yard line, up to make the stop that time for Cleburne County is Chase Austin.
That's a good first down gain, picking up some good yardage on first down. I'd take that anytime.
Yeah, that's something we haven't really seen Leeds have any success doing so far in first down. That's the first one they've been able to get some good positive yardage on, and that time give him a gain of 4, make it a second down and 6, and again, that opens up your options a little more if you're the Green Wave. Hunter will be the lone setback this time alongside Roberts. Roberts will drop straight back. Got some time, going to air it out, got a man out there, and once again, it's overthrown as he was trying to hit Braxton Ragland down the field, and he had a couple of steps that time, Brandon.
Yes, Roberts had all the time in the world and just overthrew him. He just still has not settled down yet. Now we're looking at 3rd and long, probably another passing situation. I'm not so sure if I would maybe just run it, maybe punt and get the Tigers backed up deep.
Or run it and pick up the first down.
Or they could.
So they got to always consider both options.
Both options.
Yeah. 3rd down, I think we see the ball in the air here out of the Leeds Green Wave. You've got a senior in Roberts, and he's got to settle down at some point and start hitting the passes, and you've got to feel like that's going to come. He's got some open looks out of his receivers thus far. Hunter the lone back, and once again, we've got confusion on the Green Wave sideline, so we're going to have the second timeout charged to Leeds on the night. Still no score in this one. It is the Friday Night Network High School Game of the Week.
Talladega County Exchange has 4 locations to serve hunters and farmers: Talladega, Midstate Co-op in Columbiana, and St. Clair Farmers Co-op in Pell City and Asheville. We have a huge selection of hunting supplies as well as feed, seed, fertilizer, and chemicals. Our Pell City store is a certified Hoyt dealer and archery center, while Columbiana has a full-line small engine repair shop. So come by our quality co-op stores today and check out our down-to-earth values. You'll be glad you did.
Leeds Green Wave burning their second time out here in the first quarter. Grady Sapp, Brandon Steele with you from Homer Smile Stadium. 3rd down, and call it 6 to go now for the Leeds Green Wave. Possession down here for Leeds. Had open receivers. Roberts just has been unable to hit them so far. He's going to try again this time. Looks, and going down the sideline, and again way overthrown, probably a good 6 or 7 yards just down the sideline as he tried to hit Porter again on the fly, and it's there. He had double coverage, but he had a step.
He was there, and he had plenty of time too. It's just he just has not settled down in the pocket right yet.
So Leeds not hitting on all cylinders, and Cleburne County either. It's a little bit, Brandon, like a heavyweight fight. Both of them are just kind of jabbing and circling each other right now, and nobody really able to land a blow that really hurts the other.
Not yet. It's just going to be the big play. These penalties are Cleburne County. That really hurt them a while ago. Not so many on the Green Wave, but they just look a little confused getting in their setup.
Be interesting to see who blinks first, who makes the first mistake. High snap for Roberts. No pressure, though. Gets a punt out of there. This one's not nearly as good as the first couple. In fact, it's going to go out of bounds, and Cleburne County is once again going to have pretty good field position, as that will flip the field once again, as that one went way out of bounds, way up the field, all the way up at the 40-yard line. How about that one?
That's great field position. Harvey didn't get a hold of that one, get no wind under it. Sailed out of bounds on him.
Hey, the snap was a little high. It looked like it threw Roberts off on his rhythm and just kind of shanked it, if you will.
Yeah, it shanked. I thought it went deeper than that, but that referee just kept walking up the field.
That's a golf term. Not one that you want to learn real well. All right, it'll be Swafford this time going under center for the first time tonight. Brown, A.J. Brown is the running back. Got a double wing formation this time for the Tigers as they give a little bit of a different look to this Leeds defense. It looks like they're settling into, hey, let's try to run the football right now. Going to hand it to Brown, running right. finds a little crease over there, and he's going to get forward for a couple or so, and that's going to be about it. The Green Wave defense, once again, all over that play up off the bottom of the pile. 62 that time. That is going to be Hines who makes the stop that time for the Green Wave.
Yeah, he was trying to open up the middle, and looks like he picked up about 4 yards. I'll take that each time. As long as you don't get no penalties, you can grind it out, and if you control that line of scrimmage, you might make something happen here in a minute.
That's a formation I've seen out of this Tiger team for many years, that double wing look for Cleburne County. Now it'll be a shotgun set once again for Swafford, and he'll have Houston and Brown in the backfield alongside. Brown's going to get the carry. He's hitting the backfield, spins out of that, but that slowed him down and maybe struggles back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be about it. Helping to get him on the ground that time is Torrance Pollard along, and number 64 in on the stop as well. He made the initial hit. That was Zach Niles.
Yeah, Zach Niles, he got in there on that. I don't know if they just read the play perfectly or if there was maybe a little confusion on the Tigers' part, but they didn't get anywhere with that.
Loss of 1, and that's going to make it a little tougher. Ball just across the 44. Got to get it just across midfield, so call it 3rd down and a long 6 right now for the Tigers. And once again, we've got a whistle, and we're going to have a stoppage in play. And that's going to be a timeout taken this time by the Tigers. No score in this one. It is the Friday Night Network High School Game of the Week.
What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold, and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
We welcome you back here to Homer Smile Stadium in Leeds. Grady Sapp and Brandon still with you. 3rd down and 6 coming up now for the Cleburne County Tigers, as they will face a possession down out at their own 44-yard line to try to keep possession of this one as we wind down what's been a pretty slow first quarter. 2 timeouts by each team, penalties and injuries, and we have a little bit of everything here. And now 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers. Swafford drops back and fires it and hit, and a penalty flag is on the field, so we're going to back it up and do this again. That'll be another 5-yarder marked off against the Tigers. Their 3rd of the quarter.
Every time, that's a drive killer.
After a 5-yard mark off
and right now, Brandon, the offensive line can't slow Leeds down on the pass rush.
No, they can't. Neither one of them can. Now you're looking at 3rd, you're behind the sticks. Just don't, they're going to have to pass. So Leeds is going to sniff that out with their speed.
Yeah, look for them to lay their ears back and come after Swafford this time as he'll drop back. And not going to have a lot of time. You got to hit something quick if you're going to hit anything. And there just hasn't been anything through the air there against this Green Wave defense. Swafford operates out of that shotgun, takes it, hands it off. They're going to try to run. They're going to get Houston, cuts it up the middle, met about the 45 and drilled right there. So he's going to be well short of his 1st down. Another great open field tackle once again by the Leeds Green Wave. And again, another big hit by the Green Wave, as that was number 24 on the stop that time for Leeds, and that is Zach Holbrooks once again.
And that was a pretty good run. Had they not had that false start, that would have been a 1st down. But again, them penalties kill you.
So it'll be Brown back for his 3rd punt of the evening. Got a couple of nice rolls so far off of the kicks. They haven't been exceptionally long, but they have carried well on the ground. And that one is tipped and blocked, partially blocked by the Green Wave. Somebody got a hand on that one, and now Leeds is going to have great field position. They'll have it out at near their own 48-yard line, and partially blocked. I think that was 52 that time, who maybe gets a hand on it for the Green Wave. And that is Green that time coming through on special teams.
He did. He got that right hand up and deflected it down, and now the Green Wave is looking at right there almost at midfield and got great field position.
So 1st and 10 for the Green Wave. So we got only 17 seconds left here in the opening quarter. So probably 1 or 2 plays, depending on whether the Green Wave puts the ball in the air or keep it on the ground. Here is Roberts. Got motion, and he's going to run the end around. No, he fakes it and runs a little shuttle pass up the middle, and defended well by the Tigers. They got it in the hands that time Pollard and thought there was going to be a big hole there. And somebody came up and made a great stop.
That hole closed up real quickly. A little shuffle pass up the middle there. Very dangerous. I'm not so sure I would have called that play, but it did not catch the Tigers off guard. But still, they picked up about three or 4 yards on the play. So.
Will Morrow makes the stop, and that's going to do it for quarter number one. No score at the end of one. We're back with the second quarter action coming up here on the Friday Night Network High School Game of the Week.
Professional Apothecary has been the Talladega area's trusted hometown pharmacy for generations. We can meet all your prescription and insurance needs. Plus, you'll find all the basic over-the-counter medications. There's a full line of support hose, and don't forget to check out our Dollar Saver shelf. When it comes to medical supplies, Professional Apothecary has you covered. You'll find everything from mobility needs to home and portable oxygen, CPAP equipment and supplies, easy lift chairs, and a full line of Dr. Comfort shoes.
Thank you for shopping at Professional Apothecary.
Just off the square in Talladega.
Custom Pizza on Highway 77 is where the Talladega area comes for one-of-a-kind homemade pizza. Made fresh to order, including the dough. Get yours with the toppings you want or choose from one of our many specialty pizzas. And just because it's fresh and homemade doesn't mean it has to cost more. Daily specials include a one-topping pizza you can pick up for just $8.75. Dine in, curbside, carry out, or delivery. For the best pizza in Talladega, it's Custom Pizza. They also have calzones, hoagies, muffalettas, pasta, wings, even desserts. Call 256-362-3339 and place your order now.
Talladega County Exchange has 4 locations to serve hunters and farmers: Talladega, Midstate Co-op in Columbiana, and St. Clair Farmers Co-op in Pell City and Asheville. We have a huge selection of hunting supplies as well as feed, seed, fertilizer, and chemicals. Our Pell City store is a certified Hoyt dealer and archery center, while Columbiana has a full-line small engine repair shop. So come by our quality co-op stores today and check out our down-to-earth values. You'll be glad you did.
Third down now for the Green Wave. Another dangerous pass on second down goes incomplete, but almost another interception, or an interception for the Tigers. Here's Roberts. He'll drop back in a shotgun set. Motion quickly coming across. Play clock down to 1. Barely get the snap off. Going to fire it in the flat quickly. Got a bubble screen set up out there. Breaking a tackle. And now off to the races. We are going to have our first score of the game. Untouched after he gets around the corner. Touchdown for the Leeds Green Wave as he broke containment and took it to the house. And the Green Wave lead it now 6-0 on that run. Ragland catches the pass on the bubble screen and takes it to the house.
It was just bound to happen. He finally hit him in the outside, and the speed that we've been hearing so much about prevailed, and there was no answer for the Cleburne County Tigers as he strolled into the end zone.
And that was that containment we've talked about all evening, and that containment that time, and the Tigers pay the price for it. So the Green Wave now will attempt the extra point. On to kick it will be Nick Armstrong for Leeds, and try to make this a 7-0 lead. Left-footed kicker in Armstrong. They're one man short, so they will rush one extra onto the field. Zach Niles now takes his position up on the line. Kick is down, the kick is up, and that kick is right through there. That was good. So the Green Wave lead it 7-0 here at Homer Smile Stadium on the Friday Night Network High School Game of the Week.
Forsyth Builders are passionate about what they do. A full-service contracting firm, Forsyth handles a variety of jobs, including industrial, commercial, renovations, and new construction. Forsyth has become a leader in construction management and has constructed or made additions on a number of area businesses like Noble Bank and ABS Business Systems, additions to Anniston's Country Club and F&M Bank.
Remember to make Forsyth Building Company your first choice for quality construction.
Here to Homer Smile Stadium. The Leeds Green Wave draw first blood tonight. Finally break the containment on the outside, and it's Ragland who takes the pass from Roberts and goes 50 yards after breaking the initial tackle. And Brandon, that was a case of he had to make one guy miss, and then that was it.
He was off to the races, and he blew past him and just kept on going.
And we saw the speed, and we saw that Cleburne County not able to run that down. And so that enables the Green Wave to finally break out and jump into a lead. And so they got the first lead of the game. And it'll be Greg Dawkins who will kick it off for the Green Wave.
Back to receive for your Tigers are number 7, Trevor Houston.
We got Trevor Houston back deep, and also Brown back deep. That is going to be taken by Houston over around the 20-yard line, and Trevor will bounce it back across the 30, hit, breaks a tackle, still driving those legs forward, and finally taken down at about the 35-yard line by the Green Wave. Up off the bottom of the pile, that's going to be number 2 for Leeds, and that's Jalen Washington who makes the stop. So 1st and 10 Tigers, and now you're down by a touchdown, and you don't want to fall behind much.
No, you don't. You're going to have to get you some sustaining drives, quit the mistakes, settle down, complete some passes, and put some points on the board.
1st down and 10 Tigers. Here is Swafford. He'll have Houston and Brown in the backfield, and we've got another of those 5-yard penalties. They're just not listening to you.
Nope, they're not. That's going to put you behind the sticks, and that's just a drive killer.
Yep, the left tackle that time raising up out of his stance, and that'll be a 5-yard step off and make it 1st and 15 now for Cleburne County. And that's putting them behind the 8 ball another time.
And Cleburne County's been having some nice runs, but when you're behind the sticks and you're just getting right back to the line of scrimmage, then, you know, it puts you in a punting situation. And
just, yeah, it takes you out of what you can do offensively.
Cleburne County wants to run the ball.
Yeah, I think they need to run the ball. The passing game looks like it's just not there for this Tiger team. Low snap. Swafford gets it off to the hands of Brown. The ball is on the ground, and it's picked up, and there goes the Green Wave. Picked up, taking it to the house. Touchdown Leeds, and just like that, they have broken this game open. Jalen Washington that time scoops up the fumble, and he takes it to the house about 27. They'll make that about 28 yards to the house.
That was just a good read by the defense. Saw the ball on the turf and picked it up and went. When Cleburne County had the ball snapped, it kind of bounced off the turf a little bit. It was kind of a busted play, and they was trying to make something happen. And in high school football, when you're trying to make something happen, sometimes it does not go your way, and that was one of those circumstances.
Greg Dawkins is on to attempt his 2nd extra point of the night. And the snap is good. The kick is up, and that kick is good. Green Wave leads it by a couple of touchdowns here on the Friday Night Network Game of the Week.
Your pet is an important part of your family that returns love and care unconditionally. And right now's the best time to think about your pet's care for the spring months ahead. Greenbrier Animal Clinic in Anniston has been taking care of pets in the Calhoun County area for over 3 decades. Call now and schedule your pet for their annual vaccinations, flea and tick treatment, or grooming. Dr. Bill Brom and Dr. Elizabeth Main ensure your pet always sees a vet. X-ray, lab, and the latest surgical facilities on site ensures quality health care. Greenbrier Animal Clinic. Warm hearts, treating cold noses.
2 consecutive plays for the Leeds Green Wave, and they have turned that in to a 2-touchdown advantage, as that last one, of course, taken to the house by Washington as he scooped up the fumble by Brown, and now the Tigers in a hole.
That's a big hole, too, being on the road and against this Leeds team. Big hole.
Dawkins will once again kick it off for the Green Wave. Brown and Houston are the deep backs, and now again a late substitution on for Leeds. And now we're ready to go. Still plenty of time left in this 2nd quarter, but Cleburne County's got to start moving the sticks and keep possession of this football. Dawkins high end over end short kick, going to be fielded by one of the up backs. Going to take it out at about the 27. Looks for some room. There is some in the middle. Trying to break it outside. He loses the football. And now Leeds has it once again in the Green Wave with their 2nd fumble recovery. And again, the Green Wave in great position, and that one's recovered by Lawrence Harris. And the wheels are coming off right now for the Tigers.
They are. They're just getting hit right in the mouth. Cleburne County, again, trying to make something happen, trying to get that little extra yardage, and gets the ball stripped away. And now, you know, you got Leeds 1st down, and they're on the about the 20, 25, on the 28-yard line.
29-yard line.
So, great field position again.
So the Green Wave threatening to put this one away here in the 2nd quarter. Neither team able to do anything in the 1st quarter, and all of a sudden, Leeds has exploded with a big play and then 2 turnovers by the Tigers, and it's put Cleburne County in a world of hurt. Need to find a way to get a stop here. Hunter the back, and it's going to be Edwards faking it. He's hit the backfield, and he's dropped. There's a big play by the Tigers. Much needed there for Cleburne County. Coming up and making the stop is Chris Higgins. So it'll be second down and long coming up for the Green Wave.
Higgins just ran in there. Talk about some speed. He showed some speed just then, put the Jets in there, and he sure enough got in there on Zach Roberts. He didn't know what to do except go straight down to the turf. Now you got Leeds backing up the wrong way, and you got second and about Aniston to go.
Indeed, second and 21. That was Micah Ross who made that sack, number 30, not number 32 for the Tigers. So now Leeds will need a couple of big gains here to pick up the first down. Edwards going to hand it off inside, hit, and dropped right about the line of scrimmage. The Tigers having nothing doing on that play as they tried to get Hunter going and just nothing there.
Well, that's what you got to do. You know, you got to put your ears back and go after it. You know, they put the ball on the turf, and now two good plays on defense by the Cleburne County Tigers, and now you got Leeds backed up, third and long. So looking at a passing situation for the Green Wave.
Cade Smith led the host of tacklers there from a linebacker position for the Tigers that time. Now the Green Wave will spread it out. We'll see if maybe they try to pop a deep one. They've had some looks early on in this one, just not able to connect on them. It has been Roberts. He's got it. Snap is good. He's got a little time. Now here comes the pressure. Fires it down the middle. Overthrown. And we're going to get a pass interference call coming in against the Tigers. There was some contact back in the backfield as they're trying to hit the receiver over the middle of the field. And that's going to be a pass interference call against the Tigers. Might have been on number 80, Jason Higgins, but that's going to give the Green Wave a big penalty mark off against the Tigers.
Yeah, that's going to put them back in pretty good field position.
So they'll step it off. It is a 15-yard walk-off, and that's going to put the ball all the way down inside the 25, down around the 23-yard line. So make it third down and 4 now for the Green Wave. Remember, they had the big loss on first down, so it did not pick up the first down, but it gets them back within striking distance now. Roberts will have Pollard in motion. Roberts takes it, going to roll to his right, fires it out in the flat. Easy pitch and catch, got Pollard, and he's got the first down around the 17-yard line.
Roberts to Pollard, just a pitch and catch. It sounds like he to his right side. He's really connecting on that really well, more than so than running down the field. And it looks like he settled in with Pollard.
Houston made the stop for the Tigers, but not before Pollard gets that first down. And now the Green Wave threatening again, a red zone possession now for the Green Wave. Tigers got to find a way to get a stop here, down 14-0 already in this one. Here is Edwards. And they're going to keep it this time and run it right off of left tackle, and going to get positive yardage down inside the 15, down near maybe the 12-yard line. And that time it was actually, they had a little wildcat formation there as Washington ran the football and got a good gain. Chase Austin makes the stop for Cleburne County.
Yeah, just a simple play up the middle. The Green Wave opened up the hole, and then you got to pick up 5 yards. Now you got second down and about 6 to go.
So call it second down. They'll mark it down at just shy of the 12-yard line. And we'll call it second down at 5 now for the Green Wave. Roberts is back in there at quarterback now. Snap a little high. Roberts going to kick it. Snap himself. Fires it right down the middle. Had his man and rifled that ball in there with authority, but Torrance Pollard not able to hang on to it.
Well, he wasn't to the right side. He's still having a hard time leading that receiver, but it looked like he hit him right in the hands with that pass. It was just a drop by Pollard.
Yeah, I don't think that was on him. I think Roberts had him right there, led him the right amount, and Pollard just couldn't hang on to it. He put a little zip on that pass.
He had a lot of zip on it. He was showing his arm off.
Third and 5 to go now for the Green Wave. Got to get just inside the Tiger 8-yard line to pick this one up. Roberts will have Hunter in the backfield. Now Pollard in motion, and he will join them there in that Green Wave backfield. And again, firing it quickly out the flat. Got a man off the hands and incomplete. And I think for the second consecutive play, that's on your receiver, Braxton Ragland. Hit him in a bad spot, the hands.
Yeah, very bad spot. It looks like the receivers aren't helping him out at all right now since that Pollard catch a few minutes ago. Now you're looking at fourth down, and I guess you just go for it in this situation, or they might bring out the field goal unit.
Greg Dawkins is going to attempt the field goal. Looks like they will spot it down at about the 20-yard line. So let's make this a 30-yarder. Consider that a win for the Tiger defense, though. Dawkins will put it up. We'll see if the wind will have any effect. It's a crosswind tonight here at Leeds. Snap is a little low handle. Kick is up. Plenty of distance. Hooks it right in there, and that one's good. Green Wave increased the lead. They're up 17-0 now on the Friday Night Network High School Game of the Week.
Griffin Laser Engraving in Lincoln is your authorized local dealer for personalized Yeti products. Get your Yeti customized for your team, a business, or a special event. Your color, graphics, even photos. At Griffin Laser Engraving, we make it the way you want it. Order just one or hundreds, and you'll find a full line of Yeti coolers and accessories on hand, even the hard-to-find items. Nationally recognized, but right here at home in Lincoln for quality awards, trophies, powder coating, and personalized Yeti items, Griffin Laser Engraving.
The Green Wave have cashed in on a couple of Cleburne County Tiger turnovers. 10 points off those turnovers, and the Green Wave lead it 17-0. The last was a 30-yard field goal by Dawkins, and now he will handle the kickoff duties here for the Green Wave. And this time a little bit of a squib kick off the hands, fielded though this time by the Tigers. And they got a man breaks across the midfield stripe and into Green Wave territory. That was a heads-up play that time by Matt Humphreys, and he puts the Tigers in business in Green Wave territory.
I don't know if Leeds was just trying to do an onside kick or if it just got away from him, but Dawkins kind of pooch kicked it, and the Tigers picked it up, and he grabbed it with his hands and picked up about 10 yards on the carry. And now you got the Tigers inside the 50-yard line. Not so sure I'd have done that purposely.
Boy, Brandon, they really need to do something with this. They've given up 3 consecutive scores. Your defense kept them out of the end zone after that last turnover, though, and gave up the field goal. So keeping you in the ball game, but you really need to get something going right here. Swafford will have Houston in the backfield. Single wing this time is to the right side for the Tigers. Now Houston will look across another time. Got plenty of time on the clock to get the play off. Looking over the defense. Swafford going to hand it and keep it himself, and he's going to be corralled right in the backfield and drop down immediately. That one was nothing doing there as the Green Wave all over that. That's Tyrone Towns who makes the stop, and that'll be a loss of a couple. Bring up 2nd and 12 for the Tigers.
Yeah, Swafford looked like there was a little bit almost a delay of game there, and he took the snap and tried to quarterback sneak it, and Green Wave was not having it. So now we're looking at 2nd and behind the sticks, 2nd and long, about 12, 2nd and 12.
The Tigers finding themselves operating in positions that they don't want to be in offensively right now. Here's a shotgun look, double wides this time to the left side for the Tigers. Swafford going to take it, going to hand it off. That's Houston. Tripped up as he gets to the line of scrimmage, maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to be about it. That is Jalen Washington, or actually make that Braxton Ragland, who makes the stop that time for the Green Wave.
Yeah, that was just a great tackle by Ragland. Heflin's still trying to keep that running game going. Now they're looking at 3rd and long. They're going to have to open up the pass, I believe, to have any success tonight.
So it'll be 3rd down and 11 yards to go for the Tigers on another possession down after a good break on that kickoff. And now it'll be Swafford taking the snap, going to hand it right up the middle. That's Houston, and he spins forward. We'll have yardage into about the 41-yard line, but that's going to be it. And once again, it's going to be kicking time for the Tigers as Alante Porter makes the stop.
That was, again, a pretty good run, but you got behind the sticks early on inside the earlier downs, and now you're looking at 4th and about 7.
And it looks like the Tigers are contemplating going for this out at their own 41-yard line, or they may simply take a delay of game penalty and then drop back and kick it. I know you're down 17, but I don't know if at this point on the field that you go for this or if you try to back them up and pin them deep.
I'd pin them deep. Your defense is doing pretty good, so other than the wheels coming off your wagon earlier in the 2nd quarter, I think you just play it safe and kick it here in this situation.
Tigers run the clock down. They'll take a timeout. We'll take it with them. They trail 17-0 here on the Friday Night Network. Game of the week.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it in for free refills throughout the year. That's right, free popcorn for a full year. your locally owned and operated Grub Mart, in business for over 74 years.
County timeout. Tigers still talking about it. Do they kick it or do they go for it? They have it 4th down, and it is a long way to go. 4th and about 7 from the Green Wave 41-yard line. Coach Short brings them back out to talk about it. It looks like A.J. Brown going to drop back in punting formation, and I think that's probably the right move here.
I agree. He's a veteran coach. There's no way he's going to go for it here. He's going to pin it back and see what his defense can do.
So Brown will stand back inside his side of the 50, and he does indeed kick it. High, nice-looking punt, turns it over, and is fumbled by the Green Wave. I believe they're able to get back on it, though. Lucky break for Leeds as they fumble it deep in their own territory. Jalen Washington fumbles the football, but they will come away with it inside the 15. So that one almost worked out very much in the Tigers' favor.
It almost did. Washington heard them footsteps coming, and he bobbled the ball, but they was able to jump back on it.
So 1st and 10 for the Green Wave, now backed up deep in their own side of the territory. And now we'll have the Heat timeout. Comes with 5:48 remaining here in the second quarter. It is the Friday Night Network High School Game of the Week.
At Farmers, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even murmutts. And we covered it February 3rd, 2016. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Heat timeout wrapping up here at Homer Smile Stadium. Grady Sepp alongside Brandon Steele with the call of the action tonight. The Cleburne County Tigers and the Leeds Green Wave here in Leeds. And right now, it's all Green Wave. They lead this one, as you see, by that count of 17-0. All of those points coming in the second quarter here. Big plays and turnovers have been the difference.
Very big plays. Leeds is really showing their speed, and Cleburne County just doesn't have an answer yet.
Here's Roberts out of the shotgun, this time inside his own 10-yard line. He'll stand back around the 8 out of that shotgun formation. Hunter is the back alongside, fakes it to him, fires it out, caught in the flat, and some room out there. Breaks a tackle and gets out across the 20, be shy of the first down yardage. But Jalen Washington makes the catch, and that was Trevor Houston on the stop for Cleburne County.
Good stop, but not before Leeds picks up almost a first down. It's 2nd and about a yard to go.
And that gets you out of the hole in a hurry when you can swing that out and make that play work for you.
It seems like he's passing to the right a lot better than anywhere else on the field for some reason.
Yeah, that little pass in the flat has produced big dividends for this Green Wave team. Trying to get them out there and get around that corner, and they really can turn on the speed. Hunter now will shift over to the right side. Here is Roberts, firing it right back out there, and he's got it complete and off to the races, cutting it back to the middle of the field, out across the 35 to the 40-yard line. And that is Washington once again, or actually make that Pollard that time on the catch. And stop made by Will Morrow once again for the Tigers, but a big play for Leeds. And nothing fancy there.
No, just a pass out in the flat, and Pollard's turning on them jets, that like the coach was talking about earlier in the week, and eating up a ton of yardage.
So the Green Wave quickly work it from inside their own 15 all the way out to the 40-yard line. And now here is Roberts going to hand it, and we've got a penalty flag. I believe that'll be the first of the night on the Green Wave. They were going to try the end around that time to Jalen Washington, but I think we've got a procedure call against the Green Wave, so their first penalty doesn't come until under the 5-minute mark in the second quarter.
Those penalties will kill you, but that's their first one they've had. I saw Washington coming around. I think the smoke coming off his sneakers coming around the corner there, so probably lucky for Cleburne County that they got offsides there.
Well, Leeds a little better equipped to pick up a longer situation than Cleburne County. They can fire the ball out there, and they're going to go empty backfield this time. Now they'll send Washington back in motion, and Roberts going to drop back, looks right now, looks back to his right, rather, after looking left. Got his receiver. That's Washington. Slips a tackle and then just stumbles across midfield and into Tiger territory. There to make sure he goes down and stays down is Nick Dunston, but it's another big game for the Green Wave. 17-yard gain in the 1st and 10.
That was a great first down call. And got it out past the 50-yard line, so we got first down yardage on that.
Brandon, we're starting to see Leeds kind of get into a rhythm offensively now. They're finding the short passes, swinging it to the outside, using their speed to get around this Tiger defense, and I think that's the key to moving the ball on Cleburne County. Roberts high snap, goes up, gets it, hands it off to his back, hitting the backfield. That's Pollard trying to get around the corner, and he's going to be dropped all the way back at the 45-yard line. Ball comes out. I think he was down already, and it'll be second down and very long for the Green Wave.
Yeah, Cleburne County was showing their speed right there. Pollard was trying to turn the jet zone, and he didn't have anywhere to go. They was all over him.
Yeah, had some nice penetration that time, I believe. Getting in there was Higgins, and really disrupting the play. But it really kind of started with the high snap. That kind of got the rhythm off on that play.
It did. They had no way to control it after that, and Pollard had nowhere to go.
And we've got a block in the back also on that play against Leeds. And that's going to be from about the 45-yard line. That would take them all the way back to their own 35. And I think that Cleburne County will indeed take that penalty, and I think you do.
Absolutely. I think the chain crew got a little confused there.
All the way back to the 36-yard line. So they've got to get it all the way down inside the Tiger 40-yard line to the 38 to pick up the first down from their own 36. So call it first and Fruithurst right now. Here is Roberts dropping back, going to feel pressure, going to scramble out of there. He's going to tuck it. He's going to run. He's got it across his own 40, and he's going to be hauled down by Higgins across the way out at about the 48-yard line. So Edwards shows us a little nifty speed that time from the quarterback position.
Yeah, he had a little speed himself. Roberts did, picking up about 12 yards there. So now we're getting into second down and about 14 to go, and that's a little bit doable.
Yeah, when you start first and 27 and you get the 13 or so on the first down, that's a pretty good average.
Heck yeah, I'll take it.
Clock and time starting to be maybe a bit of a factor. 2:44 to go now in the second quarter. Here's Roberts. Shotgun look, Hunter in the backfield. Motion, fake it to Washington, give it to Hunter. Upended as he gets out to midfield, and that's a nice open field tackle that time by big number 44, Cade Smith for the Tigers.
Yeah, Smith just sniffed that one out. He was running right at him and turned him head over heels, and we're looking at third and still behind the sticks.
Yep, third down, and still call it a good 12, 14 yards. Call it 12 second or third down, and now call it 12 yards to go from midfield for the Green Wave. Let's see what they've got in the bag of tricks this time to pick it up as we edge close to the 2-minute mark. Washington in motion, back over to the left side of the offense. Roberts looking that way, going to fire down the middle. Washington wide open. He's got it. One man to beat, cuts it across. He's gone. 50 yards, touchdown, Green Wave. And Washington coasted into the end zone. And just like that, it is a runaway. 23-zip now. The Green Wave lead it.
Washington just got out open out there, wide open, and Roberts was able to hit him straight dead in the chest, and he turned the Jets on and only had 2 men to beat, and he strolls in the end zone.
You know, it's easy to hit them guys when they're 10 yards in the clear. It's a lot easier to hit them.
There was nobody around him.
Dawkins on for his third extra point of the night. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. And the Green Wave all over the Tigers here late in the second quarter on the Friday Night Network High School Game of the Week.
When you're the boss, you need the right machines. The right machine is a new Kawasaki Mule Pro FXR side-by-side. Quality fit and finish, and all this cabin space. Maneuvers like you wouldn't believe. The new Kawasaki Mule Pro FXR, the strongest, because I said so.
See the full line today at Talladega Cycle Sales on Highway 21 in Talladega or online at TalladegaCycleSales.com.
Welcome back here to Homer Smile Stadium where the Green Wave have assumed control of this one. 50 yards, Roberts to Washington, and they lead it by that count of 24-0. Some other games going on around the area. Raglan and Asheville, no score reporting in. It was Alexandria over Jacksonville, 8-7 in the first quarter. Moody leading Springville in the second quarter, 10-0. Sacks all over Welborn, 17-7 at the half. High end over end kick by Dawkins is going to be fielded. And that's going to be Brown running it right up the sideline, out across the 40, gets it back out near the 43-yard line before he is taken down.
Brown was trying to get something started there and got up some head of speed and almost brought it out to midfield, but he's about at the 43-yard line.
Porter makes the stop on the play. Central, Clay County, Benjamin Russell were tied at 7 in the second quarter. Lincoln and St. Clair County tied at 7 in the opening quarter. White Plains down 20-7 in the second quarter to Ohatchee. Pell City all over Childersburg 42-6. And college football, Georgia leads Ohio 3-0. There goes Brown. A.J. Brown pops it out of there across midfield and into Tiger territory down at the 40, or the Green Wave territory down at the 45. Terrence Pollard makes the stop that time for Leeds.
I think the Tigers feel like they've got to make something happen, and Brown busted through that hole and picked up a big, huge first down. They really need to get a score here before we go into halftime.
Hurry up offense out of the Tigers. As it's going to be Houston running a misdirection and off of the handoff from Swafford. And I would say that one did not work. And that was because the Green Wave were all over that one from the start, coming up and sticking the helmet in there and making a big hit that time for the Leeds Green Wave. That was number 3 that time for the Green Wave, and that is Braxton Ragland.
He got there right there when the ball was and planted him like a sack of taters. That was a good one.
So second down and 13 for the Tigers. Handed on the end around. A.J. Brown cuts it back up the middle, bounces off the tackler, stays on his feet, drives his way down inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. He'll be taken down there by Devontae Green, leading the charge for the Green Wave. And now we are going to have a timeout taken by the Tigers with 32 seconds remaining. That'll be their last one of the half. Trying to put something together late are the Tigers here on the Friday Night Network Game of the Week.
32 seconds remaining in the half.
Oops, had a fender bender? Have them tow it or take it yourself to Wesley's Paint and Body. Baker Reynolds and his guys have been this area's go-to team for quality automotive body repair and paint work for years. All makes and models, foreign or domestic. They take them crashed and make them look like new. And with Wesley's larger new facility, including 2 full-size paint booths, they can get you fixed up fast. Always free estimates, best price on repair work, insurance claims welcomed, and service with a smile. That's Wesley's Paint and Body, Highway 78 East in Anniston.
And they've got 32 seconds to work with. They have a third down now, and we'll call it about 4 yards to go to pick up the first as they try to keep this drive alive, trying to get something on the board here before halftime against an onslaught that has been all Leeds Green Wave here in quarter number 2. They've got 24 points on the board here in the second quarter. Swafford takes it, drops straight back, looking, got a little time, fires it out in the flat off the hands of his intended receiver. Had him open out there and just unable to hang on. That time was his tight end, Michael Ross, and that'll bring up fourth down now for the Tigers. And with 26 seconds left here, I suspect you'll see him go for it.
Oh, yes, they're going to have to go for it, probably go deep with the pass. Swafford just not connecting tonight with the pass, and you're going to have to get some of them passes completed, or the Green Wave is going to start sniffing them out and loading the box if they know you're just going to sit there and run it all night.
They'll put trips over to that left side for Swafford. Brown, the lone back, over to his left in the backfield. And they're going to fire it down the middle. Got a man wide open. It's complete. Breaks the tackle. Stays on his feet down inside the 30 near the 27-yard line. Gage Harcrow makes the catch and will be stopped down there by Alante Porter, but it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Clock stops while they mark the chains.
That was a nice little catch.
And Swafford going to spike it, and will do so, and still leaves 9 seconds on the clock. So you've got maybe time for a couple of plays for the Cleburne County Tigers here.
Yeah, they got I'd say about 2 plays they could go for the end zone.
And got an equipment problem out there. It's coming out of his shoe, was one of the Green Wave defenders.
You lose your helmet, you got to come out of play.
Yeah.
What do you got to do if you lose your shoe?
Put it on.
Just put it on?
Yeah. That was Devontae Green on with the shoe problem.
Wish we had some of that Grub Mart popcorn.
That would be good up here, wouldn't it?
Heck yeah. We'll go by and get me some of that.
The concession stand has already ran out on us.
Yep.
I mean, that food was good, but it just didn't last. All right, we're ready to go now. Official says start the play clock, and Cleburne County will have plenty of time to get this play off. Again, probably time for a couple of plays if you throw it downfield. Swafford looking to do that. Blitz coming up, has time down the middle. Well overthrown as he was trying once again to hit Harcrow, and he had him right down the middle that time, Brandon, just led him too far.
Yeah, and he almost hit Porter in the hands, the Green Wave, and it would have been going the other direction. I think he needs to put it in the end zone.
Well, that's this time you throw it up and try to get it in the end zone. You'll have third down rather at 10, but that doesn't really matter. 4 seconds are what matter on the clock, so you're going to try to heave this one to the end zone and see if you can catch lightning in the bottle here on the final play of the second quarter, barring a penalty against the Leeds Green Wave.
If he makes this catch, the Gridiron's going to go nuts, and they're going to drop their hot wings.
Here is Swafford dropping back, rush coming, fires it up, going to overthrow everybody in the end zone. Almost caught. Brown runs down there under it at the last second and almost comes out of there with the catch, but unable to do so, so it will be the Green Wave comfortably in front now, 24-0 here at the halfway point of this one. And we're going to effort, I think, to get a word with head coach Lee Gibson here as we head into the halftime. He's got to be pleased with what he has seen out of this Green Wave team here as they really came on strong in the second quarter and did a nice job of getting it done tonight here for Leeds as they struggled early on, but they're able to put it together late, and they come out looking good with a 24-0 lead here for the Leeds Green Wave. All right, let's go down to the fields. Stephanie Bowdry is standing by with head coach Lee Gibson.
I got him. Coach, what a great first half for you guys.
Very much appreciated by folks in need. Thank you.
A little bit more fired up and ready to go that first quarter, but last week did something.
All right, you see 24-0 now. The score here at the halfway point. Leads all over Cleburne County tonight. It is the Friday Night Network High School Game of the Week. We're back with a halftime report coming up.
Sorry, I couldn't hear it, so I didn't know.
Oops, had a fender bender? Have them tow it or take it yourself to Wesley's Paint and Body. Baker Reynolds and his guys have been this area's go-to team for quality automotive body repair and paint work for years. All makes and models, foreign or domestic. They take them crashed and make them look like new. And with Wesley's larger new facility, including 2 full-size paint booths, they can get you fixed up fast. Always free estimates, best price on repair work, insurance claims welcomed, and service with a smile. That's Wesley's Paint and Body, Highway 78 East in Anniston.
Hi, everybody. Eli Gold here, and we are celebrating at Town & Country Ford. The numbers are in, and Ford is again America's best-selling brand and the #1 selling vehicle for 40 years, the Ford F-150, and we've got a ton of them from which you can choose. The highest owner loyalty of any brand is what makes Ford happen, and Town & Country Ford's people are what make the dealership happen. People and selection. You can't beat it. Town & Country Ford, Bessemer and Pell City.
Daffron Auto Salvage in Pell City is where you'll find over 30 acres of automotive salvage, plus a warehouse full of quality parts for almost any need. Just call ahead and tell us what you're looking for. At Daffron Auto Salvage, you'll find it all. Engine parts, transmissions, rear ends, radiators, suspension, body parts, auto glass, even tires and wheels. You'll also get fast, friendly service. It's been that way since 1965. Don't pay too much for parts. Think used first. Daffron Auto Salvage, 793 Old Cold City Road in Pell City.
We welcome you back to Homer Smile Stadium here where the Leeds Green Wave in control 24-0 here at the halfway point over the Cleburne County Tigers. Let's take you down to the field now for the Cleburne County Tiger Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Cleburne County Marching Tiger Band.
Cleburne County Tiger Marching Band wrapping up their halftime performance here at Homer Smile Stadium, and a nice one it was for the Tigers. Leeds Green Wave, they will be on the field next. We'll grab a timeout. We're coming back with more of our halftime report. Green Wave leading at 24-0 over the Cleburne County Tigers here on the Friday Night Network High School Game of the Week.
What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
Getting ready to take the field tonight here for the home folks as Leeds enjoying a nice 24-0 lead here. So everybody in the home stands, Brandon, pretty happy with the way things have gone so far.
They got to be happy. Up 24-0.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's a nice night here in Leeds in the Green Wave now. The marching band will take the field. They were entertaining the home crowd here before the game started, and I know everybody here is looking forward to the performance coming up. So why don't we go down to the field and bring you the Leeds Green Wave marching band.
Late 05 in the second, we had Leeds with
Leeds Green Wave Marching Band giving a great halftime performance here at Homer Smile Stadium, and everybody's smiling on the green side of things because they lead it 24-0 over the Cleburne County Tigers. We'll grab a timeout. We're back with the first half scoring summary and some other scores from around area games coming up as the Friday Night Network High School Game of the Week continues in a moment.
Step into the offices of J. Britt Middlebrook CPA, where you'll find professional one-on-one service for business and individual clients. In this ever-changing tax and economic climate, you can count on receiving the expert advice you need. J. Britt Middlebrook works hard to provide every client what they need to meet all deadlines. Tax season will be here soon. For all your accounting service needs, call or stop by at 1913 Berry Street in Oxford. That's J. Britt Middlebrook, CPA. See the full line today at Talladega Cycle Sales on Highway 21 in Talladega or online at TalladagaCycleSales.com. Advantage Tire on Highway 202 is the trusted name for tires and wheels in the Anniston area. You'll find the best tire service around. Plus, they do brake work and alignments. It doesn't matter what you're driving, you'll find the best selection of tires or wheels to suit your needs at even better prices from local folks you've trusted for years. And Advantage Tire is well known for their fast, friendly service. Call ahead or just come on by and see Bruce and the pros at Advantage Tire on Highway 202 today.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we're proud to be a part of the excitement of high school football games by providing emergency on-site services for local high school games.
Anniston EMS provides this area with skilled, innovative, and dependable emergency care. As the area's only public safety company, Anniston EMS features dedicated employees who provide patients the highest quality pre-hospital care available. When you see Anniston EMS, you're seeing the best care possible.
Play hard and be safe from all of us at Anniston EMS.
Big Daddy's Barbecue on Highway 21 is where Munford comes to eat. You'll always find delicious home cooking daily with fast, friendly service. Big Daddy's offers plates or sandwiches with all your favorite sides to choose from, specializing in wings, burgers, chicken, ribs, and barbecue. Open early, open late, 6 days a week. Come in with family or friends or call ahead and take it home. 256-358-9005. Big Daddy's Barbecue, proud supporters of the Munford Lions.
What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
Activities winding down here at Homer Smile Stadium. Grady Sapp alongside Brandon Steele. And it was a first half of football that started slowly for both teams and no score in that first quarter. Brandon, is neither team really able to get anything consistently going, but boy, that changed starting in the second quarter with the Leeds Green Wave.
It sure did. The pass overtaking the run by the Leeds Green Wave in the second quarter. At 11:30 left, the pass opened up to Roberts to Ragland for 50 yards. Later on in the second quarter with 11:09 left, the Tigers turned around and fumbled, and Washington picks it up for a 28-yard scamper into the end zone. With 8:05 left, Leeds kicks a field goal. Dawkins, a 30-yarder, right down the middle of the uprights. And with a minute and 46 seconds left, Leeds takes a pass wide open to Washington, and he scampers into the end zone with a 50-yard pass from Roberts to Washington.
And so the Green Wave really took control of this football game with that offensive explosion there in the second quarter. And really, they discovered, Brandon, I think, when you get it out on the corners, and we talked about that in the pregame show, that we weren't sure that Cleburne County would have the speed to hang with Leeds if they were able to exploit the corners. And that's really what they did a good job of in that second quarter.
They sure did, Grady. Washington and Pollard have found some openings, and Roberts is just wearing them out right now.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And it was a good second quarter for Leeds, and they firm control of this football game at 24-0. And I'm not sure that what we've seen out of the Tiger offense thus far, Brandon, if they can mount enough of a comeback to get back in this one. It'll be interesting to see. They will get the ball to start the third quarter.
I think they're going to have to get the pass going. Swofford's going to have to settle down just a little bit. Houston's had some nice runs. They've picked up some good yardage, but they get behind the sticks, jumping off sides, and they're going to have a little bit better ball control. Can't have them fumbles.
Let's take a look at some scores from other games going on tonight. Asheville leads Raglan 21-20 at the half. That's a good one. Ohatchee up on White Plains at the halfway point of that one, 20-7. Moody over Springville right now, 10-0. That game at the half as well. Westbrook Christian leads over Glencoe 10-6 at the halfway point. It's Sachs up on Walter Welborn High 17-7. That was a game that we thought would be competitive, but everybody I thought liked Sachs in that one.
Yeah, still have to go.
Yeah. 22-10, Alexandria up on the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. So the Valley Cubs looking to get this season off to a very strong start and go 2-0 to start it. 7-7 tie in the second quarter. The last score we had on Central of Clay County and Benjamin Russell. Also tonight, it is Pell City all over Childersburg, 48-12. That ball game last reported in the second quarter. Nothing reporting in on Talladega and Talladega County Central. It is Lincoln now having come from behind to take the lead, 35-26 on St. Clair County in a scoring fest there in that one. And of course, this one, as we mentioned, it's Cleburne County trailing Leeds, as you see there. Oxford, well, they've finally given up a first down, I think, because they've given up a touchdown. It's Oxford leading Gadsden City 21-7 at the half in that one. And how about your defending 4A state champs, one of the teams out of this region that Leeds will be facing as the season goes on. They're taking on the Callaway Cavaliers over in Hogansville, Georgia tonight, and it's all Cavaliers. They lead the Handley Tigers 35-0 at the half.
Goodness gracious, them Georgia teams are tough.
Yeah, that is actually now a third quarter score in that one. Horseshoe Bend up 12-0 on Donahoe. That ball game at the half. Weaver, the Bearcats coming out strong, leading 39-0 over BB Comer at the halfway point. First quarter score from earlier, Sylacauga and Anniston. That's a game we thought would be a good one. 7-6. The Aggies were up early in that one, but we don't have anything reporting in since the first quarter from that ball game. And Randolph County all over Barber County tonight. 48-0. The Randolph County Tigers. So the Tigers look like they are for real, as we expected in Class 3A. That should be a fun region to watch coming up as the season progresses. We're ready to go. Second half action about to get underway from here in Leeds. Remember, the Green Wave won the toss to start the ball game, so they actually accepted or chose to receive the football. They'll kick it off. Dawkins, high end over end kick. Houston's going to try it up, taking it about the 21-yard line, and he goes straight forward. It tripped up as he gets out to about the 35-yard line. Not sure who got the hand on him, but that'll be good starting field position for the Tigers. And they'll see if they can get something going here early in the third quarter.
That was a good hard run by Houston to start off the second half.
For the Tigers at their own 35-yard line.
So the Tigers in desperate need of some success offensively to try to do anything they can to find a way to get something going against a very tough Leeds Green Wave defense. It'll be Swofford under center to start it, handed off to Brown, looking for the corner, cuts it back up inside and spins out to the 40-yard line. So give him a nice gain of 5. And Porter makes the stop that time for the Green Wave.
Yeah, the hole opened up, and they picked up a nice first down yardage there with 5 yards. Second down and 5 to go.
They actually mark him across the 40 out near the 41, so we'll give him closer to that 6-yard total, and that's what you're looking for if you're a Cleburne County Tiger fan. Success on first down sets up your offense to be successful, and we'll give it all right back as Michael Ross is going to jump off sides, and that'll be a 5-yard walk-off against the Tigers, and I think that is the 4th one of those tonight.
It is. That's what we talked about there in halftime. They have some nice runs, and they shoot themselves in the foot with them false starts. Can't have it.
So now make it 2nd and long, and call it 8.5 or so to go for the Tigers. That moves the ball all the way back inside the 40, and so that's all that hard work on first down eliminated with that mistake for Cleburne County. Swafford will drop back in that shotgun look this time for the Tigers. And he fakes it to Brown this time, rolls to his right, going to fire it down the sidelines and just throws it out of bounds. As he had some major pressure, Green in there applying the pressure that time for the Green Wave defense.
Yeah, Green was all over him on that. I was thinking they was going to run, but they was thinking pass, and now we're 3rd and long again.
So it'll be Cleburne County searching for answers offensively right now. Trying to figure out a play in the book that's going to pick up 3rd down and 9. And Swafford just hasn't had time to set up in the backfield at all. This Green Wave defensive front has just been dominant. And now he's going to hand it off. That's Brown. Now that will be an effective play. He's going to have his first down and more as he dives out near midfield. They'll mark him down at the 49-yard line, A.J. Brown.
Love it. Heflin just showing their muscles, opened up a big old hole, and Brown was able to squirt right through there and pick up the first down yardage. Love it.
Tackle made that time by Jaden Bowen for the Green Wave, but not before. A big first down picked up by A.J. Brown. That little counter play worked well that time. Here's Swafford out of that shotgun set another time for the Tigers. Just short of midfield. Hand it to Brown again right up the middle, and he's going to get about a yard, and that's going to be it. Porter got him around the ankles first, and then the Leeds defense finished him off.
Yeah, it's just going back and forth. The Green Wave was able to close the hole and make that shoelace tackle. It got him down and looking down at 2nd down and 9.
So here are the Tigers as we roll under 10 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And here come the Green Wave stacking the box. They've got just about everybody up within 2 or 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. Got 9 of the 11 within 2 yards of the line. Give it to Brown if he could pop it out of there, but he's not going to be able to. In fact, he won't get back to the original line of scrimmage. Green, once again, first one there for the Green Wave.
Pretty much same play, same results. 3rd and 9. Made him into line of scrimmage. They're going to have to open up this passing game if they're going to have any success, Grady.
Yeah, but you keep putting yourself in 2nd and 3rd and long, and, you know, Leeds knows if you drop back, I mean, they're coming. They're putting everybody up, daring you to run the football, and then they're going to pin their ears back now and come after Swafford in this one. Here is Swafford. He's going to just hand it off to Houston. He's pounded at the line of scrimmage and might have got forward for a yard, and Green once again leading the charge. Actually make that number 62 that time. Who was up to make the stop? That is Nate Hines, and that's going to be 4th down, and the Tigers, after 1 first down, they're going to have to kick it away. As you see there, Coach Michael Short, a lot of success over time with the Tigers, but a 2-8 mark last year, and it's a tough opener tonight against the Leeds Green Wave.
It is. It's strength against speed, but the Green Wave showing their strength on that defensive front and shutting down that run.
So Brown will kick it deep.
Number 2, Jalen Washington.
Washington is back deep. And here is the kick, and that is a spiraling kick that he angled over to the sidelines and kicks it out of bounds down around the Green Wave 25-yard line, and that's where they will set up shop for their first crack at it on offense here in the 3rd quarter. And that was a nice job of keeping it away from the returners.
That was planned. You don't want to get it in them hot hands of the Green Wave because anything can happen right now. And when you're down 24-0, you don't need any more explosive plays.
So 1st down and 10, the Green Wave coming back to work as they really closed with a flourish in that 2nd quarter to build this big lead.
What do you do, Grady? Do you run it and run the clock out, or are you just going to keep on doing what you're doing with the pass?
I think you just keep running it. I mean, keep doing what you do. I think you run your offense. I think you found success on the corners, and I think you look to do that. They'll hand it off right up the middle to make me look good on that play, and it doesn't go for much, maybe a yard. That's going to be it for Hunter. As up off the bottom of the pile for Cleburne County that time is Zane Folks.
Yeah, that hole just closed up again. That Cleburne County line is a big, beefy line. I'm looking at them from here. They're huge. I just don't think the Green Wave's going to have much success running up the middle on them. I think they're going to have to put it in the playmaker's hands if they want to continue to score. But you're up 24-0 with about 7:55 left in the 3rd quarter. So why shoot yourself in the foot and give them any opportunities to get back in this ballgame?
Well, the thing that they've been able to do is they're not high-risk passes. They're just throwing little passes out in the flat. It's like a long handoff like that one. And there it is caught once again. And here is the speed of the Green Wave and all the way out to the 40-yard line. Once again is Pollard, who's had a big night, taken down there by Zane Folks for the Tigers.
The Tigers have no answer for Pollard. He just caught, like you said, just a little simple pass, safe, picks it up, gets the first down, and now they're at the 40-yard line. First down to go.
Well, you take Pollard, Washington, and Ragland. They're all pretty well interchangeable with that wide receiver position, and you can get it in the hands of any one of those guys, and they can take it to the house. And that's what Leeds is doing, just spreading it out and hitting it off that little pass in the flat. Now they'll come back with a quick counter right up the middle to Hunter, and he's got big yardage all the way down inside the 45, down near the 43 of the Cleburne County Tigers. Folks, yet another tackle for the Tigers along with Anthony Thompson.
Jacob Hunter on a nice first down carry and picks up some positive yardage. No answer for that on the Cleburne County Tigers.
So the Green Wave now starting to assert themselves on this drive. They've got it down inside Tiger territory for the first time here in the second half. Here is Roberts. Hand it off. That is Pollard on the end around trying to get the corner. Tigers do a good job of stringing it out, and they're going to contain Pollard to just a really short gain, maybe a couple of yards. And that's going to be it up off the bottom of the pile. Gage Harcrow over there for the Tigers.
Pollard trying to make it to the outside. Cleburne County just matched him with some speed. He picked up just a couple of yards. I think they got their eyes on Pollard right now.
So gain of a couple. Second down and 8 coming up for the Green Wave, and they're kind of moving at a pretty methodical pace right now. They don't have to be in a rush at all. You can be methodical and run the clock while you're driving the football. Here is Washington in motion. Fake the end around to him. Roberts all day to throw it right down the middle. Pollard got it. Touchdown. Make that Ragland. Braxton Ragland that time hauls in the 41-yard pass from Zach Roberts, and the Leeds Green Wave have blown this one wide open at 30-0.
Beautiful pass. Long distance throw down the field. He's really found his mark all of a sudden.
He was overthrowing those throughout that first half. Maybe just a little too much adrenaline. That one was right on the money to Ragland. So the Green Wave makes short work of the Tiger defense on that drive. And now on to attempt the extra point is Dawkins. He will boot it up and hooks that one in, and good. Green Wave dominating here at home on the Friday Night Network Game of the Week.
What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold, and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
Leeds with a nice drive to open the third quarter. They take it some 75 yards, and the big play, a 41-yard strike from Zach Roberts to Braxton Ragland, and that puts the Green Wave, I think, too far out front for Cleburne County to come back on. I think right now you start trying to work on some things if you're the Tigers, Brandon, and just get something positive going offensively to carry with you as you open region play coming up in the next week or so.
Yeah, they're going to have to. They're going to do something besides just run the ball. They're going to have to open up the pass. Zach Roberts has really opened this game up. That was a beautiful pass to Ragland just a second ago. I mean, right on the money. So
at halftime,
we'll probably see Leeds probably go back to the running game here.
Cleburne County right now will have another crack at it on offense. Dawkins and crew get back out there and ready to kick it off. Again, the deep backs, A.J. Brown is going to be one of them for the Tigers. Also, Xavier Brown is back there, and Trevor Houston back there along as well. All back around the 20-yard line, awaiting the kick from Dawkins and the Green Wave as we are at the 5:55 mark now here in the third quarter. And Leeds all over Cleburne County. Green Wave going to have the high end-over-end kick. Brown will drift back and pick that up. That is Xavier Brown with it, back across the 20. Looking for room down the far sideline. He's hit, spins out of a tackle, stays on his feet, down the sideline. Brown spins out of a tackle in midfield, still on his feet all the way down to the 40-yard line of the Green Wave. And what a return by Xavier Brown. Is no quitting that young man. He's still out there fighting for every yard. Finally brought down by Damian Petway.
No give up on this Cleburne County Tiger team. That was an awesome run by Brown running down there, and now they got some good field position to start off their drive.
So the Tigers will start in the Green Wave territory. Their deepest penetration, well, second deepest penetration of the night. Here's Swafford. Now we'll look back across the way and see if the Tigers can dial up something offensively here that'll work against this Green Wave defense, which has been very stout all night long. Here's Swafford going to put it in the air, fires the pass out in the flat, looking for a block. That's Brown, who just had the big return. He's got some open space, and he's going to take it down inside the 30-yard line, down near the 29, and that will be a pickup of 11 yards and a first down and 10 for the Tigers. Zach Holbrooks makes the stop for the Green Wave.
I love the play call. Just a little simple pitch and catch. He's got the hot hand right now after that kickoff return, and now you got a first down drive going, and you're right on about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, that's just the same strategy Leeds is using. Get it in the hands of your playmakers in the outside with some space, and that worked well for the Tigers that time. Here's Swafford now going to hand it off. That's Houston right up the middle. Trevor Houston, nice move at the 15, bounces down inside the 10-yard line, and the Tigers all of a sudden have got it going. They're going to have a first and goal down at the 9. Ragland makes the stop for the Green Wave.
The pass is opening up, and he was gone. That was a great run by Houston. And now we're at first and goal.
First and goal from the Green Wave 9-yard line for the Tigers. By far their deepest penetration of the night against this Green Wave defense. Swafford shotgun look once again, and Houston going to get the carry again. He kind of lowers the head, and he's got nowhere to go. Green once again, and Hines up in there leading the charge for the Green Wave as they just stack that one up. Also helping on the tackle was Damian Pettaway as well.
Yeah, Houston had nowhere to go. Looks like he picked up maybe about a yard and a half.
Actually, that's going to be, yeah, they're going to have him actually losing yardage back to about the 11-yard line. So second and goal from the 11 as he lost a couple that time as that middle just completely clogged up for the Tigers. Here's Swafford. Take the handoff, give it to Houston right up the middle, cuts it back, powers his way inside the 5. He's down near the 4-yard line. Finally corralled there by the Green Wave. And that was Houston making the stop that time, or rather Houston making the run. Porter, Alante, his counterpart, wearing number 7 on the other side for Leeds.
Houston just powered his way up the middle, and now we're looking at right here on the goal line, about the 4-yard line.
Third down, call it 5 as they'll put the chains right around the 5-yard line or so, maybe close to the 4 for the Tigers. Yep, you're right, 4-yard line now. A.J. Brown back in at shotgun, and now we're going to have a timeout taken, and this one is going to be called by the Tigers. They want to talk about it. Third and goal when we come back here on the Friday Night Network High School Game of the Week.
What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold, and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
Tigers wanted to take a timeout and talk about it. They've got their best scoring opportunity of the night. They face a third and goal from the Green Wave 4-yard line, and Coach Short and the staff didn't like what they had. Looked like they had A.J. Brown into that Wildcat formation for the Tigers. He is going to stay in at the quarterback position, A.J. Brown. So look for some type of option play out to the right now for Cleburne County. Right or left, I think A.J. Brown has it in his hands with the option to throw. Have a wing set up to the right side. Brown's just going to take it right off right, cuts it up, touchdown Tigers. A.J. Brown fights his way in the end zone, and Tigers get on the board from 4 yards out.
Just a great run by Brown, just straight up the middle. Hole opened up. Green Wave wasn't expecting it. They had some receivers out there. I don't know if that was kind of a decoy, but he was able to squirt it right in the end zone.
And that all set up by the big kickoff return by Xavier Brown. Took it down to the Leeds 40-yard line. The Tigers drive it 40 yards from there. And A.J. Brown takes it in the final 4 yards. Tigers now on the board. Extra point attempt coming up for Cleburne County, and that'll be Joseph Stevens, who is on to attempt the extra point. Snap is good. The kick is up, and that one is straight and true. Tigers cut it to 31-7 here on the Friday Night Network High School Game of the Week.
What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
Cleburne County with their first scoring strike of the night. They take it 40 yards and cash it in with a 4-yard scamper by A.J. Brown after a big kickoff return by Isaiah Brown. And the Tigers cut that lead down back to 24 points, and they hold serve here in the third quarter with the Green Wave. But if they're going to get back in this one, they got to do more than hold serve. But that's a nice positive for the Tigers to get a nice drive and capitalize on good field position.
It was, and they got down there pretty quick, too, in about 4 minutes. Just a great run into the end zone, but that kickoff return really set things up for the Cleburne County Tigers.
Joseph Stevens on to kick it off for the Tigers, and he's going to hit the high pooch kick end over end, taken by Ragland. Ragland pops it right out of there. Here comes Ragland, spins out to the midfield stripe, taken down there. On the stop that time, that is Anthony Thompson for the Tigers, and the Green Wave will start it right at midfield, first down and 10.
Yeah, a good 10-yard return there. He was juking and jiving and got it out to midfield. Good field position for the Green Wave to start it up here with 3:33 left to go in the third quarter.
So it's going to be Roberts operating out of the shotgun. Hunter remains the lone setback. We've got Porter in a slot left this time for the Green Wave. And now motion and drop it out in the flat, and that's Porter. Breaks the tackle at midfield, streaks down the sideline, and popped out of bounds across the way by the Tiger defense. But he'll have his first down around the 40-yard line.
Just a great catch, and he got it out up there and picked up the first down. Tackling it outside.
Yeah, A.J. Brown on the stop that time for Cleburne County, and Porter a little bit gimpy as he will make his way back over to the Green Wave sideline. And we'll talk a little bit about now our brand new show from the Gridiron Live, coming up Tuesday night, 7 p.m., as we will have the debut of the Gridiron Live coming up on Tuesday. Looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun, as I look forward to seeing all our friends there in Oxford out at the Gridiron on Tuesday nights.
Give me some hot wings.
You know, it is a working show, right?
Oh, darn.
Of course, I don't see any problem with hot wings. The eating is working. That's good, producer. I like that. Yeah, hot wings are included. Let's go with it.
Hot show, hot wings.
Hot show, hot wings. There you go. Short gain on first down for the Green Wave. Second down coming up. Call it about 7 yards to go. Here are the Green Wave offense getting set now. Trips right, and now Hunter in motion, taking it back over to the left side as he will operate out of a wideout position this time. Roberts going to drop straight back. Shuttle pass right up the middle. It's caught. A wide open field for the Green Wave. Running to the sideline, cutting it back up. That is going to be taken down inside the 10-yard line. Pollard with yet another big play for this Green Wave offense, and they have it first and goal just like that against the Tiger defense. And we've got a Tiger defender down on the ground. I think that may be,
we're going to call that a gain of 29 yards.
29 yards on that play, and we've got a cramp. It looks like a cramp from one of the Cleburne County Tiger defenders.
That Pollard's the real deal.
Oh, he's outstanding. Get it in his hands and let him go. Clock stops at the 2:06 mark right now with the injured player. That'll be cramps for the Tiger players. Nothing serious there, but they will have to try to work that out for him, as Leeds certainly could cause that with all of the track meet that it's been out of this Green Wave offense tonight. And
Coach Gibson was right. Pollard is fast.
And that's Isaiah Brown, who had the big kickoff return a few minutes ago. He has been doing a lot of work tonight for this Tiger team, and he'll trot off over there. They'll go to work on him and try to get the cramp out of the leg there. But meanwhile, it's first down and goal from the Tiger 6-yard line for the Green Wave as they look to expand on that 31-7 lead. You'll have Roberts and company ready to go to work. And actually right now, you're going to have a little wildcat formation for the Green Wave, and dancing right up the middle, ducking the head, going to be stopped short of the touchdown. That's Washington, Jalen Washington, operating out of the quarterback position there, and he's going to be inside the 5 down to about the 4-yard line.
Nothing fancy, just trying to squirt it up in there and picked up a couple of yards.
So 2nd and goal for the Green Wave as they are knocking on the door yet again here in the 3rd quarter. Trying to add to those 31 points they put on the board thus far. Washington will stay in at the quarterback position on 2nd down and goal. Operates out of the shotgun, empty backfield, just taking it, looking for a hole, bouncing it out. Still dancing, hit in the backfield and dropped for a big loss. Back outside the 5, out near the 7-yard line. Folks was the first to hit him. And then A.J. Brown in there along with number 21, Christian Seal, to finish him off.
I think the Green Wave pretty much knew who the ball carrier was going to be on that, and it was no surprise, and they smothered and covered him.
So it'll be Roberts back in at quarterback, so we might see the ball back in the air here. Might see a little swing pass out in the flat, perhaps, out of Zach Roberts as he brings the play in from the Green Wave sideline, and we approach 40 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Hunter shifts over to the left side now. Here's Roberts out of the shotgun. High snap, fired out the flat, man wide open. Easy pitch and catch. Touchdown from 7 yards out that time. It is Braxton Ragland with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Green Wave right back up by 30 points here over the Tigers. We'll try to have Dawkins come on and attempt the extra point.
Just as you called it, just a little quick pitch and catch there. And they picked up 6 points for the touchdown.
And nobody went with Ragland. He was wide open on that play, so that was very easy for the Green Wave. Dawkins, his leg may be getting a bit tired tonight. Left-footed kicker, boots another one right through there. And the Green Wave lead it by 31 here on the Friday Night Network High School Game of the Week.
Your pet is an important part of your family that returns love and care unconditionally. And right now's the best time to think about your pet's care for the spring months ahead. Greenbrier Animal Clinic in Anniston has been taking care of pets in the Calhoun County area for over 3 decades. Call now and schedule your pet for their annual vaccinations, flea and tick treatment, or grooming. Dr. Bill Brom and Dr. Elizabeth Main ensure your pet always sees a vet. X-ray, lab, and the latest surgical facilities on site ensures quality health care. Greenbrier Animal Clinic. Warm hearts, treating cold noses.
This one is pretty well decided here in Leeds tonight, 38-7 as you see the Green Wave on top. Some other games going on. It's tightening up in Oxford tonight. The Gadsden City Titans making a comeback. Oxford leads at 21-13 in the 3rd quarter. Halftime score, Sylacauga leads Anniston 7-6 in that one. And it is Lincoln over St. Clair County 35-26. And another game going on. Central Clay County now trails Benjamin Russell 13-7. It is Alexandria still 22-10 over the Jacksonville Golden Eagles in that one tonight. Here is the kickoff from Dawkins. He hits a high end-over-end kick. It's going to carry into the end zone, and the Tigers will bring it out and start deep in their own territory. Sac still up 17-7 over Wellborn. The last score we had there. Ohatchee all over White Plains tonight, 26-7 in that one.
Not too bad on my picks.
Not too bad?
Not too bad.
Your one pick, your big against the grain pick
one
has not worked out. Yeah, but that's a good ball game, though.
That's going to get my yard rolled.
Yeah, that might. Not going against Oxford. But the Yellow Jackets clinging to an 8-point lead right now. They had it 21-0, remember, and Gadsden City coming back in that one. Here are the Tigers now swapping under center. He will have Brown in the backfield, give it to A.J., cutting it up the middle, dancing through a hole, and he's got it out to the 25-yard line quickly. So give him about 5 or so on the carry, and Cleburne County will have 2nd down and 5 coming up.
Great run, pick up 5 yards. A.J., we got a Leeds player down right now.
Justin Hunter on the stop, and we've got a Green Wave defender laying on the field, as you say. And we'll see. Hopefully that's nothing more than perhaps cramps there. That is Green, I believe, who is down on the field, and indicating that I think he does a cramp in the leg. It's still a warm night, though. Honestly, it's pretty pleasant out here with the breeze and all, but when you're out there running and getting it on the football field, you can Early in the year, you'll see a lot of that.
Oh, yeah. Just some leg cramps. Go down there and squirt some mustard in his mouth. He'll be good to go.
Mustard in his mouth?
Yeah, that's what we did out at Weaver when we'd cramp up. The coach would lay us down, squirt mustard in our mouth.
Huh, most people use pickle juice or Gatorade.
We use mustard.
Really? Mm-hmm. Never heard that. You learn something new all the time. Cleburne County, what should be the final play of the third quarter. Swafford takes the snap, handed off. Little misdirection, and that one's going to work for a first down out across the 30-yard line on the final play of the quarter. And that is Christian Seal with the first down. That's it for quarter number 3. We're back next for the fourth quarter action here on the Friday Night Network.
Pet is an important part of your family that returns love and care unconditionally. And right now's the best time to think about your pet's care for the spring months ahead. Greenbrier Animal Clinic in Anniston has been taking care of pets in the Calhoun County area for over 3 decades. Call now and schedule your pet for their annual vaccinations, flea and tick treatment, or grooming. Dr. Bill Brom and Dr. Elizabeth Main ensure your pet always sees a vet. X-ray lab and the latest surgical facilities on site ensures quality health care. Greenbrier Animal Clinic. Warm hearts, treating cold noses.
Griffin Laser Engraving in Lincoln is your authorized local dealer for personalized Yeti products. Get your Yeti customized for your team, a business, or a special event. Your color, graphics, even photos. At Griffin Laser Engraving, we make it the way you want it. Order just one or hundreds, and you'll find the full line of Yeti coolers and accessories on hand, even the hard-to-find items. Nationally recognized, but right here at home in Lincoln for quality awards, trophies, powder coating, and personalized Yeti items, Griffin Laser Engraving.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it in for free refills throughout the year. That's right, free popcorn for a full year. Your locally owned and operated Grub Mart, in business for over 74 years.
Fourth quarter about ready to get underway here from Homer Smile Stadium. Grady Sapp, Brandon Steele with you, the Tigers and the Green Wave. It's been all Green Wave tonight. They lead at 38-7. Cleburne County looking at a first down and 10 out at their own 42-yard line. Here's Swafford operating out of the shotgun set. And he's going to give it to Seal. Had the first down run a moment ago, trying to get the corner. Does, turns, and drives his way upfield across the 35 out to about the 36-yard line. So give him about 4. It'll bring up second down and 6. That stop that time made by number 17, Omar Connolly, in the game. He's a 9th grader, so Leeds, Brandon, starting to get some of the younger guys on the field defensively.
And that's a good idea. I imagine we'll probably see the Cleburne County Tigers do the same thing here, but I think they want to put a drive together and put it in the end zone just to have a little momentum going into region play next week.
Swafford operates again out of the shotgun. Second down and 6 for the Tigers. Here is Swafford going to drop back, looking to put it down the field. Got a defender out there all over the play as he was trying to go downfield and was too high for Harcrow. But a good Ja'Cory Hunter was right there defending on the play.
That was a good defense by Hunter. Just came right up there and smacked him right when the ball got there. You just couldn't ask anything better than your secondary than that. But Swafford still trying to complete some passes, not having any luck.
Might have been the first time all night he's had time to stand back there and set his feet to throw the football. They had good protection that time. Leeds wasn't being as aggressive coming after him. The third down and 6, you can bet the Green Wave will be ready to bring the rush hard on this play. Here is Swafford. Seal in the backfield alongside. Fired out in the flat. Got it complete. Got to try to make a couple of people miss. Not going to be able to do it. Good open field tackle out here on the end for the Green Wave. Pass was completed to Thompson. Up to make the stop that time for the Green Wave is Aiden Jordan for Leeds, and Cleburne County will have to kick it away.
That was a good catch by Thompson, but Green Wave was just all over him when he caught the ball. Nowhere to go.
So 4th and 7, the Tigers will have to kick this one away. A.J. Brown back on to punt it away, and he will kick it to his counterpart in number 2, Jalen Washington, who's had a big night for the Leeds Green Wave.
I'm really impressed with this Green Wave defense.
They have looked very good tonight. They really have. 10:30 to go in the football game. And it'll be Brown gets it out of there. High punt. And it's going to hit. Takes a Tiger bounce. Yeah, rolls down about the 40-yard line.
So the punt has been down the 40-yard line.
Got a block in the back about on the 50, on the 49-yard line. So that's going to add 15 yards and put the Green Wave back in action again.
Now, come on, Mr. Official. That's 10 yards.
For a block in the back?
Yes.
I'll be darned.
See, I always knew you referees didn't know anything.
That's why I just call it. He does yardage.
I was always right in the stands when I'm yelling and fussing about that.
Folks, the penalty on the field is called block on the back on the Tigers.
That's actually going to be, I think, against the Green Wave, not the Tigers, or the PA. I would think it's against the Green Wave. I don't know that I've seen a block in the back on the punt team. I've seen it on the return team a lot. We'll see if he misspoke or they missignaled. We're still trying to sort out the confusion out there.
Looked like it was on the Tigers.
On the Tigers. So they're going to back Cleburne County up and make them re-kick. I don't know that I've ever seen a block in the back on the kicking team.
No?
I've seen it on the receiving team.
That was a good one, though. All I saw was the number 3 hit the turf.
Huh. Well, I guess if you do this long enough, you'll see a little bit of everything. Clock is stopped at the 10:15 mark, and we're ready to get things going once again. Don't forget, get all of tonight's scores coming up on the scoreboard show, the AHSAA High School Scoreboard Show, right after the game here on the Friday Night Network. And now A.J. Brown will do it again. We'll see if Leeds will gain any yardage by Cleburne County. Re-kicking from this time, standing back inside his own 25 at the 23 is A.J. Brown. High snap, gets it though, and gets the kick out of there. Again, a high punt that's going to actually hit, and it's going to be further down the field. So Leeds loses a little yardage as he got a little more on that one. And the ball picked up dangerously there near the sideline by Jalen Washington.
That was pretty brave by Washington to snap that. I was not expecting that.
And Jalen just kind of scooted right off on the sideline and didn't even go anywhere near the coaches after doing that.
I imagine he's going to get an earful on that one. Why would you do that? You're up 38-7, 10:02 left. Just let it go and put your offense on the field. You don't want to give Cleburne County any opportunities.
Starters are still out there for the Green Wave offense, and now we've got a penalty again. So we're going to kick this one for the
Folks, after a slight confusion, we are going to be marking off the penalty blocking in the back for 10 yards, and then the Tigers will repunt at that point.
So they forgot to mark off the penalty a minute ago. Now they step it off, and the Tigers have to kick for the third time on this situation. So the ball is set back at the Cleburne County 25-yard line, and A.J. Brown will have to kick it yet again.
Unbelievable.
Early in the year for the officials, too.
Hey, it happens. I said 10 yards. I said 15. It was 10.
A.J. Brown going to stand back now, back inside his own 15, and we'll try this again, and maybe this one will count. Here is Brown. Snap is perfect this time, has plenty of time, gets it out of there, and turns another one over that's going to hit at the 45 and roll dead inside it, down around the 38-yard line. It's Washington right there again, acting like he wants to grab the ball, but I noticed he didn't reach out that time.
No, I think it actually touched a Green Wave guy about on the 45-yard line, so that's where it's going to be marked at for first down and 10 for the Green Wave. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to come out here and still pass, or you think they're going to just run it?
I think they'll still run their offense. They're keeping the starters out there, so I think you'll see Roberts put it out in the flat some. And
well, he's really gotten hot here.
He really has. After a slow start, boy, I think once they started letting him swing it out in the flat, it kind of settled him into the ball game, and we saw what we expected to see out of that young man tonight, the senior here for the Green Wave. Motion out of Washington. And they're going to hand it to Hunter. And Jacoby is going to be met and dropped right there. Nothing doing that time as big number 44, Cade Smith, makes the stop for Cleburne County.
I think Jacoby Hunter, he's just a sophomore, if I'm not mistaken. So he's still in his learning curve as part of this Green Wave offense. But he had nowhere to go on that, so now they're behind the sticks. Second down and long.
Green Wave looking very good in this one. They lead it 38-7 here as we roll toward the 9-minute mark.
Still wish I had my popcorn bucket.
9:05 to go. Just come to the gridiron and get wings Tuesday night. Here goes Hunter, finds an opening to the outside. He's hit as he crosses midfield and into Tiger territory and taken down there. Folks on the stop, but it'll be 3rd down and short coming up for the Green Wave.
Hunter just made it to the outside and almost picked up the first down. Looks like he's got about 2 yards to go.
Down and short for the Green Wave.
Bodie Crowell will be the guest on our first Gridiron Live coming up Tuesday night at 7 p.m. And Darrell Hamby will be there as well from Weaver, the head coach for the Weaver Bearcats. And we'll also have some coaches coming down from JSU. So we've got a full packed show coming up for you for Live from the Gridiron on Tuesday night.
All right. What coaches are coming from JSU? Anybody know?
Some coaches from JSU will be there.
All right. Surprise, surprise.
Here is Roberts operating out of the shotgun and hands it off. They're trying the end around. Giving ground and now trying to get the corner, and he's not going to get there. Take it out of bounds. Trevor Houston will make the stop, and that's going to be a loss of yardage on the play that time by Adrian Jordan. And it'll be 4th down coming up and a couple for the Green Wave.
And that was a good play by Trevor Houston, too. If you noticed when he got to the out of bounds, he just grabbed him. You know, you see a lot of late hits out of bounds right there, but he was able to just hold on to him and do the sportsmanlike thing and let the whistle blow.
No gain on the play, and it looks like the Green Wave, let's see if they're going to go for it or will they do a quick kick here because Roberts does handle the punting duty. 7.5 to go in the ball game. Roberts out of the shotgun. Now you'll see Pollard shift around in the backfield. Going to give it to Pollard. He's going to run the football, finds a seam, got his first down to the 40-yard line. Is Pollard, and Folks will make the stop for the Tigers.
7:13 in the 3rd quarter. Just put it in Pollard's hand and see what happens. If you get it, you got the first down. If you don't, then you're still in good shape. Good call.
You see some of the Twitter feeds there as some scores coming in over the social stream there. You see some of the folks getting involved in high school football across the state of Alabama tonight. Here is Roberts now. Shotgun set. Takes a snap. Going to hand it to Porter, and he's hit right in as soon as he gets the ball, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. Landon Whitmore up to make the stop for Cleburne County.
Yeah, Porter had nowhere to go. I think the Green Wave's just playing it safe right now, just trying to run this clock out and get out of here with a win.
Yeah, right now, if you're a Green Wave fan, you just want it to wrap up and no injuries here late in the ball game. You've had a good win tonight, and you're 2-0 on the season and off to the start that you want to be off to, and certainly looking like a team that'll have to be reckoned with in Class 4A yet again this season.
And after looking at that Hanley score, I'm not so sure that Leeds might be the best team in this region.
Well, we'll see. It's early. We'll know more about week 4 or 5. Ball on the ground, I believe. It's loose as the ball dropped that time, and Cleburne County coming out of there with it.
Tried to play it safe, and you put the ball on the turf. That's not good for the Green Wave. You don't want to give any opportunities here for
fumble recovery that time by number 35. And I don't believe we've got him on the roster. It may have been 36 Williamson. So heat timeout right now with 5:55 remaining. Leeds in control here on the Friday Night Network high school game of the week.
At Farmers, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even murmutts. And we covered it February 3rd, 2016. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Green Wave now will have it, or rather make that Cleburne County will have it 1st and 10 after the turnover by Leeds, the first of the night for the Green Wave. Here's Swafford. Brown and Houston in the backfield alongside. Going to hand it to Houston. Pops it up the middle. He's got some room across midfield and into Green Wave territory. 1st and 10 there for Trevor Houston.
That big old Tiger line was finally able to open up a hole, and Houston just squirted right up through there and picked up the first down. Nice run.
Omar Connolly makes the stop. He is one of the reserves that have made their way into the game now for this Green Wave defense. Ohatchee now up 33-7 over White Plains. And the Indians serve a notice that the Creek Bank's going to be an unfriendly place to visit this year. A.J. Brown drags defenders down inside the 40-yard line for a nice gain. Stop made by Lawrence Harris for the Green Wave. That'll be a gain of, call it 7, down to the 40-yard line.
Safe to say that Cleburne County is very comfortable running behind that line. As long as they don't get any penalties, they usually get some positive yardage and stay ahead of the sticks.
Swafford now operates again out of the shotgun set. Houston got the carry again off the left side. Houston with big yardage, bounces it out. Trevor Houston stays on his feet, one man to beat, and he's going to be forced out of bounds across the way, but it'll be 1st and goal for the Cleburne County Tigers. All right, folks, take a look now. Our fan poll, you can vote for the game you want to see us cover live this week on FNN. Here's your choices now. Check it out. Cherokee County at Hoax Bluff. Victory Christian will be at Donahoe. Sylacauga is going to be at Lincoln, and Randolph County is at Ohatchee. Go online now at FNNnetwork.com and vote for which game you want to see us doing next Friday night.
Do we get to vote?
I don't think we get a choice.
No choice.
1st and goal for the Tigers, just inside the 10, call it the 9-yard line. Here is the give. There goes Houston up the left side, and Houston going to power his way down near the goal line. Might be stopped just short at about the 2, maybe the 1-yard line. So 2nd down and short coming up. Making the stop that time is Nick Bolton for the Green Wave.
Just good old Cleburne County football is the way the coach likes to run it, right up the middle and picking up some good yardage and trying to power it in the end zone.
Javion Curtis also helping out on the tackle. 2nd and goal from the 2 now for the Tigers. Swafford goes up, gets it to Houston, walks it in the end zone. Easy score that time for the Tigers against some of the reserve defenders. 2 yards out for Trevor Houston, and the Tigers get their 2nd touchdown of the evening up on the board.
Just a simple run. I don't even think anybody touched him, and he took the handoff and trotted right on in the end zone with 3:59 left in the 4th quarter.
So Coach Michael Short across the way, congratulating his team as they come off the field. And a nice drive by the Tigers. And it'll be Joseph Stevens on to attempt the extra point now for Cleburne County. Snap is low. Hold is good, though, and the kick is up and good. Tigers cut it back to 24 here on the Friday Night Network Game of the Week.
Your pet is an important part of your family that returns love and care unconditionally. And right now's the best time to think about your pet's care for the spring months ahead. Greenbrier Animal Clinic in Anniston has been taking care of pets in the Calhoun County area for over 3 decades. Call now and schedule your pet for their annual vaccinations, flea and tick treatment, or grooming. Dr. Bill Brom and Dr. Elizabeth Main ensure your pet always sees a vet. X-ray lab and the latest surgical facilities on site ensures quality health care. Greenbrier Animal Clinic. Warm hearts, treating cold noses.
Welcome back here to Homer Smile Stadium. The Cleburne County Tigers march at some 60 yards. Trevor Houston going in from the 2-yard line. Tigers cut it down now to a 38-14 lead over the Tigers. Oxford over Gadsden City right now, 27-13. That ball game in the 4th quarter. Weaver all over BB Comer, 39-0. Sylacauga has stretched it out on Anniston now, 17-6. They lead that in the 3rd quarter. It is Pell City 48-12 over Childersburg. Alexandria 30-10 over Jacksonville tonight. Sacks all over Welborn, 31-14. Benjamin Russell leads Central Clay County 21-14 in that one. And as we said earlier, Ohatchee now up 33-13 over White Plains. High end over end kick by Stevens. Fielded by the Green Wave, and that is Pollard trying to come all the way across the field. And he's going to turn the corner, and he's got some blocking. Here goes Pollard right down the sideline, and Pollard is going to go. Touchdown Leeds. Pollard. Wow.
He is so fast. Oh, my goodness.
Comes all the way across the field.
Return for number 1.
Wow.
Torrance Pollard.
48 yards on the return.
That was beautiful.
Your new score, the Leeds Greenway 44, your Cleburne County Tigers 14.
There's just no answer for Pollard.
What a night for that young man.
For the kick.
My goodness. What a return by Pollard, and as you said, Brandon, what a night. And he's got to go in and play special teams.
I think we're going to see him on Saturdays.
He is an exciting receiver for this Green Wave team. Dawkins, so now we've got a penalty flag in. Perhaps an illegal substitution for the Green Wave, and they'll back them up 5. So Dawkins will actually have that assist on the kickoff, I believe. So, nope, declined. So Dawkins will attempt the extra point from the normal spot out at the 10-yard line.
There was a penalty with too many men on the Tigers there, folks, and moving half the distance.
So here's the snap. The kick is up, and that kick once again is good for Dawkins. 3:39 remaining. All Green Wave here on the Friday Night Network. Game of the week.
Custom Pizza on Highway 77 is where the Talladega area comes for one-of-a-kind homemade pizza. Made fresh to order, including the dough. Get yours with the toppings you want or choose from one of our many specialty pizzas. And just because it's fresh and homemade doesn't mean it has to cost more. Daily specials include a one-topping pizza you can pick up for just $8.75. Dine in, curbside, carry-out, or delivery. For the best pizza in Talladega, it's Custom Pizza. They also have calzones, hoagies, muffalettas, pasta, wings, even desserts. Call 256-362-3339 and place your order now.
Scoreboard tells the story. A dominant performance tonight for the Leeds Green Wave, as that time Pollard takes it to the house on the kickoff return, and that just answers the Cleburne County touchdown. And of course, as you see there, Green Wave just from the second quarter on, Brandon, they've just dominated this football game.
It's been the Pollard show. I bet everybody at the gridiron has just dropped their wings all over the floor from excitement watching this young man run.
Dawkins, who's got to be getting a little bit tired. He's had a bunch of extra points and a field goal and a whole bunch of kickoffs tonight for the Green Waves. For the Green Wave. So he'll kick it deep. That'll be Brown and Houston, who will be the deep backs for the Tigers, back inside the 15-yard line, as we've got the final 3:39 coming up here from Homer Smile Stadium. Dawkins, end-over-end kick, short, fielded on the run by A.J. Brown. He kind of dances around and tries to find a little bit of running room in the middle of the field. Gets it out across the 35, out near the 37-yard line. He'll be taken down there on the stop for the Green Wave. That is number 4 for Leeds. And that is Dexter Montecure.
Dexter Montecure, that was a good tackle and a good hard run by Brown up there.
Pretty good name, too.
It was. I like that. This is just a perfect night for football.
It is.
If I had my popcorn bucket, it'd be even more perfect.
Reese Morrison in at the quarterback position now for the Tigers. Give him a little action here in the final 3.5 minutes. And he's going to hand off. That'll be Seal coming around the right side. And he's going to be up near the 45-yard line. That's a gain of about 8 on the first down. And the stop that time is made by Dakota Liptock for the Leeds Green Wave.
Called a gain of 8, second down and 2 for the Tigers.
Picking up 8 yards and hitting the outside corner like that, take that all night long. But with 3:01 left in the fourth quarter, maybe they can get something going here and put another score on the board.
So once again, Morrison at the quarterback position for the Tigers. This time A.J. Brown's got it. He's going to have his first down. And quite a bit more as he is inside Green Wave territory another time, down to just about the 47-yard line. And once again, the stop, Dakota Liptock. Once again, helping on the stop for the Leeds Green Wave.
Just a good drive, keeping the sticks moving.
Morrison. Yeah, Morrison getting a little experience here.
Always good to get some second stringers in there.
Seal going to be stood up and driven back as he gets up to about the line of scrimmage. Leading the charge that time, Tyrone Towns for the Green Wave. As we now are at 2:10 here in the ball game.
And number 19, I believe it was Jacob.
Looks like the Green Wave's going to slip out of here with a big win, aren't they?
Yep, impressive win for the Green Wave here tonight against this Cleburne County Tiger team. Morrison handed off Seal. He's got a big hole. Seal breaks it to the outside, runs over his own man, and still powers his way down near the 36-yard line, and that's going to be good enough for a Tiger 1st and 10.
Christian Seal running over everybody, picking up the first down yardage.
That's good for a first down carry.
Awesome carry by that young man.
Javian Curtis makes the stop for the Green Wave. It's 1st and 10 Tigers now, as the clock continues to roll, and we're down to 1:34 here in the football game. Cleburne County not really in a hurry-up mode. In fact, taking some time now to get the play in, and the Tigers just running their offense. The clock continues to roll here at Homer Smile Stadium.
Good claim game night, too.
Morrison to Seal, shoves his guy out of the way again, kicks it back. And Seal, one man to beat, it's inside the 10, touchdown Tigers.
Touchdown Tigers.
Christian Seal takes it in from the 36-yard line, 36 yards on the carry for Seal, and the touchdown for the Cleburne County Tigers with 1:05 to go here in the ball game.
That was a pretty run by that young man.
Yeah, he's come on and done well here. Of course, as we said, Leeds is getting some young guys in there, but you see Cleburne County doing the same thing, and their young guys are looking good right now. Caden Stevens now on for the extra point attempt now for the Tigers. Try to cut this lead back to 24. The teams pretty well have swapped scores here in the second half, but the game has never been in doubt for Leeds.
No, they've been in total control after the first quarter.
Here's the extra point. That's up and good. So the Tigers cut it back to 24. We're back to the final 1:05 coming up on the Friday Night Network Game of the Week.
Talladega County Exchange has 4 locations to serve hunters and farmers: Talladega, Midstate Co-op in Columbiana, and St. Clair Farmers Co-op in Pell City and Asheville. We have a huge selection of hunting supplies as well as feed, seed, fertilizer, and chemicals. Our Pell City store is a certified Hoyt dealer and archery center, while Columbiana has a full-line small engine repair shop. So come by our quality co-op stores today and check out our down-to-earth values. You'll be glad you did.
There you see it. Tigers put another point, put another touchdown on the board, but it's been a Green Wave night here at home against the Cleburne County Tigers. Tigers get ready to kick it deep another time. I think I would kick it away from number 1.
Shoot, yeah, I would not put it in his hands. He has been hot as a firecracker tonight.
Let's see if he's even out there. He may be done for the night. That's going to be Porter, who's going to drop back deep for the Green Wave. Also, Jacoby Hunter is going to drop back for the Green Wave as well. So Mr. Pollard, Torrance Pollard, will probably call it a night tonight. He deserves a rest, I think, Brandon, after all he's done.
Yeah, I think he's going to get a steak dinner from his team tonight.
He is over on the sideline here, just kind of walking his way back over to the bench and
he can
put the helmet down and going to take a nice deserved rest.
Yeah, he can get a steak and you can get me the popcorn bucket.
Here's the onside kick attempt and goes through the hands of the Green Wave. Ball is on the ground, and I think the Tigers are going to have it. So a successful onside kick for Cleburne County, and the Tigers will have a minute to work with and a chance to try to put some more points on the board.
And that was a good play, and I think that's something they might have to use later on in the season, so it's good to get that practice in there and see how that onside kick works, because you never know when you're going to need it.
Seth Tribbett recovers the kick for the Tigers, so they'll have it at the Green Wave 44-yard line with 1 minute exactly remaining in the game. And let's see who they've got in the ball game. I think it's Morrison again. You're going to have Folks in the backfield, along with Seal, who had the touchdown a moment ago. Here is Reese Morrison. Give it to Seal. Here comes Seal. Look at the room right up the middle. There he goes. Seal is going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. My goodness. From the 44-yard line of the Green Wave, one play. And the Cleburne County Tigers have cut the lead yet again.
What a great run by Seal. He wasn't even touched, was he, Grady?
I don't believe he was, Brandon. That was great blocking up front by the line, and he just took it down the field and to the house. And
where was he at earlier in the game?
Coach Gibson can't be happy with what he's seeing out of his younger guys out there right now. You've got substitutions on both sides, but Cleburne County now really, starting to assert themselves a little bit, and they're going to have this thing down to 17. The kick is up and good by Caden Joseph. And we're back for the final 48 seconds coming up here on the Friday Night Network Game of the Week.
Forsyth Builders are passionate about what they do. A full-service contracting firm, Forsyth handles a variety of jobs, including industrial, commercial, renovations, and new construction. Forsyth has become a leader in construction management and has constructed or made additions on a number of area businesses like Noble Bank and ABS Business Systems, additions to Anniston's Country Club and F&M Bank.
Remember to make Forsyth Building Company your first choice for quality construction.
Well, it's been a bit of an offensive explosion for the Tigers here in the fourth quarter as they put on their fourth touchdown of the night. And the last couple coming here in quick succession with under 3 minutes to go, and suddenly it's a 17-point lead. And I would say another onside kick is about to come the way of the Green Wave from Caden Stevens. The last one was successful and set the Tigers up in great field position, and Seal went the distance 44 yards untouched.
It's been the Pollard and Seal show the second half.
It really has. So here is Stevens ready to attempt the onside kick for the Tigers.
I bet Leeds will be ready for it this time.
Kicks it same area, and this time it is covered up and at the 49 of the Tigers. And that should put the finishing touches on this one. Green Wave can just kneel down out there that time to make the recovery on the onside kick. That is Adrian Jordan. So, you know, give Cleburne County credit. They kept coming, never did quit on this. Even though it was a lopsided score for much of the game, they kept fighting. And then you're always going to see that out of a Coach Michael Short coach team.
No, yeah, they did not give up at all in this game. You're talking about Leeds. You know, they're one of the best teams in the state of Alabama. Cleburne County's still kind of young, building, getting that momentum going, building some confidence, and going into region play next week.
Victory formation for the Green Wave. Zach Roberts will simply take a knee. And I don't think the Tigers are going to stop it. And the Green Wave will have to snap it one more time, and this one will be in the books.
With 30 seconds remaining.
So Roberts ready to take one more knee and take this one to the house for the Leeds Green Wave. They will improve to 2-0. The Tigers from Cleburne County, they will start out with an 0-1 mark here on the season. Still very early, and Roberts will take a knee. And that's going to be the final play of the night here for this one. Leeds Green Wave start at home and get a big win over the Cleburne County Tigers here at Homer Smile Stadium. 45-28 our final tonight here from Leeds. And Brandon, we saw an explosive offense for the Leeds Green Wave, and once they found their rhythm in the second quarter, you know, Cleburne County just really had no answer for stopping them the rest of the night.
Yeah, Leeds got it going and opened up the pass, opened up the run. Pollard started scoring. They started hitting the passes in the flat. Good runs, and didn't take long to get up. The one time there was 24 unanswered points, and it was just a long haul for the Cleburne County Tigers to try to mount a comeback. But they didn't give up. They kept fighting and clawing and had some good runs by Christian Seal, number 21. And we'll be starting region play next week.
And now the light comes on outside. That would have been handy for most of the night. Looking at some of the other games that are going on, just trying to check a couple of scores. Oxford now comfortably in front, 34-17 over Gadsden City. And the Oxford Yellow Jackets are going to improve to 2-0 in season. We're going to hopefully have a couple of interviews here as we wind things up tonight. Let's go ahead and take a timeout. We'll come back and get ready to wrap things up from here at Homer Smile Stadium. There you see it, the Green Wave over the Tigers tonight here on the Friday Night Network Game of the Week.
Griffin Laser Engraving in Lincoln is your authorized local dealer for personalized Yeti products. Get your Yeti customized for your team, a business, or a special event. Your color, graphics, even photos. At Griffin Laser Engraving, we make it the way you want it. Order just one or hundreds, and you'll find a full line of Yeti coolers and accessories on hand, even the hard-to-find items. Nationally recognized, but right here at home in Lincoln for quality awards, trophies, powder coating, and personalized Yeti items, Griffin Laser Engraving.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it in for free refills throughout the year. That's right, free popcorn for a full year. Your locally owned and operated Grub Mart, in business for over 74 years.
Big night tonight for the Leeds Green Wave. They take the win here over the Cleburne County Tigers. Two of the stars of the show, Zach Roberts and Torrance Pollard, are standing by on the sidelines with Stephanie Baldry.
Down here with Torrance Pollard and Zach Roberts. Guys, what a fantastic win. Great game for you guys tonight. How does it feel to have such a great start to your senior year?
It's a relief. Last year we struggled in the beginning. I mean, we knew what we had to do, but this year, what we've done over the summer, we've practiced so much, and we've done so much this year, and we put so much into it. It's incredible.
And Torrance, you had that amazing touchdown, ran 70 yards down the field. What was going through your mind when you were running that far?
I haven't been in the end zone all night, and I knew I was going to have to find it at some point. So I was just determined to get in the end zone in that play, no matter what.
All right, well, you guys won big against Lincoln last week. Hopefully you guys can continue the winning streak next week against Elmore County. So we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
All right.
All right,
back to you.
Thanks very much, Stephanie. And it was a good win tonight for this Leeds Green Wave team, and they get Elmore County next Friday night. I like their chances in that one.
I love their chances with this one, especially with Pollard lined up out there.
Well, don't forget our fan vote online to determine where we're going to be next Friday night. And, of course, also don't forget that coming up on Tuesday night, we're going to be live out at the Gridiron in Oxford, 7 p.m. on Tuesday night, September the 5th. A lot of great special guests, including Brody Kroll, Coach Hamby from Weaver will be there, and we'll have some JSU coaches as well. Come out and have some great food and come by and see us. Again, our final tonight, Leeds wins it 45-28 for Stephanie Beaudry. For Brandon Steele, I'm Grady Sapp. Good night, everyone.